Some people will be like, Benson, shut up. You're an armchair fan. You live the other side of the world and you brown envelopes from the club. First things first. No, I'm not. This is all just flipping rubbish that people come out with because they've got no legitimate argument to come at and say, like, they disagree with an opinion or whatever. It's just cheap. It's pathetic. Either way, I can come out and say this because I've been paid by Chelsea Football Club at times to work on certain projects. And I can tell you now, there is certain things that you just can't say about Chelsea, specifically painting the club in any kind of negative light. So the intentions of painting Chelsea Football Club in the best light possible, even if we're losing on the pitch and even if the owners don't know what they're doing and they're alienating the fan base. That's the truth.
To get money from agents to publish information is not legal for a journalist. After 1 second, find one proof and I will deactivate my account.
Fab, I think we're taking this a bit to heart, honestly.
No, it's not too hard. It's too hard because you are on your fucking sofa just using my name and attacking me from your Twitter account with no face, no name and nothing. Just joking on me.
Yeah.
It's not too hard for me because I'm working and I don't like to go on Twitter and see the shit you're putting. Okay. So it could be too hard for you, not for me. I'm working and I don't want someone else to come in and joke on my news. You can joke about it. It's fine. It's humor. It's okay. But joke, not say that I'm getting money. Because I'm not getting any fucking money from the agents of any player. So joke whatever you want, do humor on me, on my name, or whatever you want.
I'll make it clear. I'll make it clear.
So right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone's doing well winning live. First and foremost, I want you all to smash the piece of that like button. If you haven't smashed it already, hit the subscribe button. Or fuck it, I don't even care if you subscribe. Notification button. You know when we go live, if you want to bother. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. And we've got Minerals FC on Rumble, which is far more important. Let's have it right. And salute to all my Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boy. We see things they'll never see. Salute to all the no surrender mentality. Let's have it right. And salute to proper Chelsea Tobz, my geezer. Pleasure. What's happening, bruv? Lovely to have you on. Chelsea heritage, bruv. What we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Big up to everyone in here. We're linked up to everything. So we're going to have a field day today. Absolute field day. But other than that, before we get started, Tobz, are you all good, my geezer? Everything good in life?
All good, brother. All good. Can't complain, John. You know me. I don't. Nothing phases me, mate. All good. We're alive. We're breathing.
Yeah, we're breathing. We're healthy, bruv. I mean, Pep Guardiola says, I want to hurt myself. What do we as Chelsea fans want to do? If Pep Guardiola wants to hurt himself, bruv, and he's like the benchmark dominating, what are we supposed to feel like?
Everyone copies him.
Yeah. So what? Is Enzo Maresca going to start cutting himself up, bruv? You know what I mean? He's going to cut himself up. Oh, mate, it's a shambles, bruv. I want to start off straight away, Tobz. Enzo Maresca's just come out and said we are not in a title race. He doesn't want to feel that kind of pressure, and we are behind City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. But according to Simon Jordan, the biggest brown envelope for Clown Lake, he said yesterday that we are in a title race and we are ahead of Man City and Arsenal, and it's a title race between Liverpool and Chelsea. Who do I want to believe? Do I want to believe Enzo Maresca, who's speaking the absolute truth, or do I want to go with the brown envelope PR of Simon Jordan saying that we're in a title race? I'll go with Enzo Maresca, personally.
I don't listen to none of their shit. They're all wafflers. Maresca. Oh, yeah, he comes up. 1 minute, he's fucking... You're right, Rubes. You're right, mate. Yeah, flipping. He comes up with a load of bollocks. I don't believe Maresca either. It just depends what the conversation is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If Maresca's flip-flapped every other week as well. But anyway, let's get into what. Just ask me whatever you want, yeah, because I'm gonna tell you straight. No bullshitting, no, and we don't get paid for this, Johnny. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So It's my honest opinion from a fucking from a hardened Chelsea fan that's been going since the 80s.
Facts.
Yeah, I want Chelsea to be top of the league. I want us to win Champions Leagues, John. Yeah, but what I see at my club at the moment's a fucking shit show.
It is a shit show. Let's start with, and it's very important what he said today is, I don't like the pressure. Now, we've all heard that the ownership haven't given him pressure to get Champions League football, which is top 4. It's a disgrace that Chelsea Football Club is now the likes of Arsenal mentality of top 4 is a trophy after 1.5 billion spent. We should be in a title race. We should be dominating, right? So the honest truth, Tobz, is if you gave any of these world-class managers a Klopp, a Pep, 1.5 billion, do you think they're going to assemble the squad we got?
No, but the money, Johnny, we know that the money's been spent shit. We know it's been spent shit because we now got a B team. Apparently, there's this B team or something, Johnny. The only B team that's in this B league or whatever they're on about. They won't admit that they've just brought 54. Well, out of the 54, they've probably brought 45 fucking piles of shit. And they're not good enough to play on a Saturday afternoon. So they've been shoved in these fucking tournaments to get some game time. Because Maresca don't even rate this tournament. John, I don't even watch the fucking games like that. I watch them, but I'm like, who's really watching that shit? I don't even know who the fuck are Heidenheim. Do you know what I mean? That's who we're playing now. We used to play the Allianz, Bernabeu, you know, the fucking... We're playing at Heidenheim, 15,000. I don't even know who these guys are. They're like TUI reps or fucking Nando's workers. Who the fuck are these geezers? I couldn't even name one of these players, John. So I'm not excited for that. Maresca's not excited for it. He knows that's not good enough. But it's this whole notion as well, John, about this A and B team. It's just to shadow over the fact that we brought shit, John.
Yeah.
And we're still, as a club, solely reliant on fucking Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
I'll go over. I don't know if people listen to my Twitter a lot. Yeah, they go onto all these wafflers' Twitters. They get paid to do all that shit. We don't. Yeah, so they go over like so. Let's be serious here. Man City, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool. We didn't deserve anything out of those games. Has anyone watched the fucking football this season? That's what I want to know. Because I've been watching Chelsea. And they go, oh, like I was having a Twitter space earlier, John, yeah, and they're going, they're saying, oh, yeah, but wouldn't you like a manager who's, because I'm asking them, how comes João Felix or Nkunku can't get in this team when you've got Noni Madueke and Jackson in the team when they can't fucking, if Jackson tried to do a step over, he'd fucking end up on his face. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Noni's useless. We know that already. So it's like, how comes Nkunku and Felix can't get in this team? That's what I was asking. They was telling me, oh, well, the manager, he's got a style of play and he likes his wingers going to the byline and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, but listen, Cole Palmer played fucking on the right-hand side last year, right? And he was getting joy off the right last year, yeah? We can admit, as Chelsea fans, he ain't getting that same kind of joy at the moment in the 10, right? It's easier to man-mark him, to get hold of him when he plays in the 10, yeah? Right?
Yeah.
So they go, because I say that, you know me already, I already say this is Cole Palmer FC. We only win or we really turn up when Palmer turns up, yeah? It's facts anyway. Look at Brighton. We won 4-2. He scored all 4 goals. No other cunts doing that, John. Sorry for my language. But they're not, no one else is scoring 4 goals. You bring Felix and Nkunku on together. We're going to play with 12 players. They're not scoring 4 goals. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're heavily still solely reliant on Palmer. When I look back at the games, John, I'm like, which games did we deserve to win? And think about, I just want to touch on a few things, John, and we could go over it, yeah? Maresca, yeah? Inverted Gusto into a 10. Remember when Poch played players out of position? Do you remember the shit he come under? I'm not here to back Poch because he's Spurs. Spurs are the enemy, yeah? So I'm not here to back Poch. But when he was playing players out of position, these same geezers that are now Enzo sexuals, yeah? They are fucking, they don't say a word about it. He's played Gusto, yeah, in a 10, inverted 10, which was useless. Gusto's been useless in that inverted role, yeah. He played Reece James left back when we got Cucurella, Yeah, Cucurella got fucked off to the B team for a few weeks while he tried out Gusto and Reece James. Yeah, then he's Sancho started the first 5-6 games. He's now out of the fold. Now fucking Neto's in. So now Sancho's in the B team. He was in the A team. Now he's in the B team. You've had fucking Palmer's moved out of the right wing into the 10. Like he's tried to play Vega as an inverted player before.
Yeah.
Like he's what pattern of plays each week we don't know who the fuck's starting, what he's trying to do. We know that the playing the football out from the back's useless. He picked Sanchez. He kept Sanchez in goal. He's the manager, right? Is he the one that's got the choice to play Sanchez or not? He's the manager.
Or is he?
Or is he? I don't know. Who's put Sanchez in goal? Who's persisting with playing Sanchez in goal? Who's persisting playing football out from the back when we're absolutely shite at it? Who's persisting with all these things? Because John, as I said, when I talk to these lot online, yeah, they always saying, but we're third in the league. Something must be going right, yeah. And I'm thinking, yeah, but we're fucking 3 points away from being ninth, John.
Yeah.
That's
and we're 9 points behind Liverpool, who are top.
We're 9 points behind Liverpool. So the facts of the matter are that we're closer to fucking relegation than we are to the top. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? I don't look at the league and points and all that.
It's too premature now, Tobz.
It's too premature. I've seen Tottenham fucking top of the league and finish 6th. You know what I mean? It's too early, right? The things that I look at is how are we playing as a team, yeah? And we're not playing well, John. We're not playing good football. It's not. Cole Palmer don't turn up. Cole Palmer made that pass in the Newcastle game. Cole Palmer changed the game in the second half against Wolves. Cole Palmer scored all 4 goals against Brighton. And Palmer ain't even been his same this season when I'm watching him. He's not getting the same freedom or, he's, in the 10 role than he was on the right. Saka and Salah get all the goals and assists because they play right wing. Put Saka and Salah in the 10, it'll cut their numbers in half, yeah? But, John, even, so we've already debunked this whole fallacy that Chelsea are playing lovely football. We're not. And this whole thing about the B team is bullshit, John, because it's just a load of footballers that ain't good enough to play on a Saturday. And let's be real here. A lot of these A teamers that are playing on Saturdays are going to be in this B team as well, John. Yeah, because 1 week Sancho's an A teamer, next week he's in the B team. Felix played for the A's the other day, now he's in the B's. It's a load of bollocks, John. All they got to say is Chelsea haven't brought right. Yeah, we haven't brought right. Disassi, Badia Shield. Johnny, he tried to sell Cucurella in the summer. He tried to sell Noni Madueke. Yeah, we signed Amari Hudson and he was sold. We signed Chukwuemeka from Aston Villa. He ain't getting no game time. We signed Angelo. Angelo was fucked off straight away. Santos has never seen the pitch for Chelsea. They're trying to sell Badia Shield and Disassi now. Yeah, they're trying to sell Enzo. They're trying to sell Enzo and Kunku is going out the door. Mudrik's going out the door. How many players?
Wedding Hall.
Shrewsbury Hall. John. It's brother. Wow, man.
But the recruitment's top notch. Of course it is.
Wow, man. I'm shocked, bro. And where's the when you talk about the fucking the ownership, yeah? Bruv, the ownership, John. Where's the sponsor?
There ain't none.
But where's Infinity? Where's Infinity Athletic gone?
Yeah. It's because the ownership want more money than what they should actually get. They think just because we're Chelsea and we're not in the Champions League, we're not in Europa League, we're in the Conference League, what actual sponsorship's going to go, I'm going to give you 50 million? They're not. Why should they? So
what
Chelsea,
they're
what if Chelsea don't get on Champions League?
What if Chelsea don't get Champions League? Which can easily happen. Let's be real here.
Yeah, of course it can. Of course it can. Absolutely.
It can easily happen.
Under what are we going over? The last 2 years? Because since this ownership's come in, we failed getting top 4 twice. We finished 12th the first season. Second season, we luckily finished 6th. And also, this season looks better, and everyone thinks it's progression, only because the other teams, like Man City, are in the mud at the minute. Arsenal are out of form. Liverpool, the only ones that are really consistent and doing things very, very well. Beating Real Madrid in the Champions League now, top 9 points clear, like cruising, bruv. With a new manager who's in his first phase. You look at Villa are going to drop off because of Champions League.
Johnny, we got players like, remember, this is who they like. It's not who I like, yeah? Cucurella's meant to be this world-class left-back, yeah? You got fucking Nkunku, Felix, Neto, Palmer, Sancho, yeah? Caicedo, Lavia. All these guys, yeah? All these names, Reece Jameses, Colwills, Fofanas. And he can't beat a fucking downbeaten Man United, a Man U. Who the fuck does this manager need, yeah? Who does he need? What profile of footballer does he need if you can't beat a Man United who's on their fucking face, yeah, as a squad with all Arsenal. Of these world-class players and Arsenal who are bang out of form? And Man City have only spanked us.
Man City were, you know what they're like when they start the season. They're always out of form. They're not. They just trickle along, bruv, because they've got enough quality elite players, right? But when you look at Arsenal and Man United, both out of form, United more in the mud than Arsenal, but Arsenal really out of form. You got their supporters going, if he doesn't win anything, sack him after in their 5th season, yeah? Trust the process and all that waffle. But we came from behind in both games against these teams where we're apparently in form and we are in the right direction, and we should be, if we'd beaten Man United and Arsenal, how close would we be to Liverpool right now? And then you go, do you know what? We've come against 2 big teams, but they're both not acting like big teams. They're both not in form. So we should be beating them, right? The way we're playing. But the results that we've got are masking the reality. The reality is, we got outplayed by Bournemouth, and luckily with an Nkunku off his knee touch goal, 1-0, we win it, right? Brighton, we relied on Cole Palmer for 4 goals, Crystal Palace, we drew against them at home. We drew against a 10-man Forest with a Madueke goal that equalised. We've beaten a toothless Wolves. We beat a dead West Ham that hadn't won one single Premier League game when we come up against them, and they're in the fucking mud, all right? So we should be beating these teams. Like, there's no excuses. Like, everyone says, Tobz, right? Oh, we're in phase 1 under Maresca. No, we're not. Because what the ownership have done, this is phase 3, bruv. This is phase 3. Yeah, there ain't no phase 1. Do you think, if this gaffer doesn't get top 4, right, that everyone's going to go, oh, we trust in him, give him another seat? That's phase 4. Pornstein come out and said Chelsea, after they need 4 transfer windows, we've had 5. They said after the 4th transfer window, then we can judge this squad. From September, we can judge this squad. Well, we've gone past that, and now they're talking about, well, we still haven't bought a striker. We still haven't bought a world-class goalkeeper. We still haven't bought a world-class centre-back or any world-class centre-backs for that matter. All right? You're struggling with Reece James to cover. Gusto's as injury-prone right now because he's out. How many times he injured the geezer? They wanted to sell Cucurella. They wanted to sell Madueke, all these players, but yet we're building with them. You've exiled Chilwell, who's a Champions League winner, Club World Cup winner, Super Cup winner, top 4 with Chelsea, proven, and you're exiling him because he's on high wages. We've passed this stage of rebuilding, surely, Tobz, bruv. Surely we've passed that.
Have you seen the names that I just mentioned? They're in this team.
Yeah,
I just gave you the names: Nkunku, Palmer, Neto, Felix, Sancho.
Yeah. Known players, bro. Known.
Like Nicholas Jackson, this top striker, they're voting that he's better than fucking Boniface. He's better than Ollie Watkins. He's better than fucking Isak and all of these lot. They put him up there. So how comes we can't beat a 10-men Nottingham Forest at home? How comes we can't beat a fucking shit Crystal Palace without Elise at home? How comes we can't beat how comes we go to Bournemouth and get sexed for 90 minutes? How comes we can't beat a distraught Man United? How comes we can't beat an out-of-form Arsenal? How comes we're the only team who's been absolutely dominated by Man City this season? Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, how comes we play Liverpool?
Beat City 4-0. 4-0 Spurs.
It's bullshit, John. Honestly,
it's delusion. The finest level of delusion.
What I just want to know, what players does this man need to win a football match convincingly against anyone? Who does he need? because we've brought every fucking young talent there is in the world. We've got Nkunku, we've got Neto, we've got Felix, Palmer, we've got Caicedo, Lavia. Yeah, we've got them all. Enzo's, we've got fucking Cucurellas, we've got Cole Wills, Wesley Fofanas, Reece Jameses. We've got all these boys. Who does he need? Who's he need? Mbappe? Haaland? What does he need to win it?
Shall I tell you who he wanted? Who he spoke on the phone twice? Desperate a sign. Victor Osimhen. And Victor Osimhen, knowing that Chelsea were in the Conference League, wanted to play for Chelsea all the way through to deadline day. And he said to Enzo Maresca, he said, there's no point in us talking until your owners make a decent offer. They slashed the offer. They offered him 155 grand a week, bruv. That's half of what he was getting. He was prepared to take 220 grand and he was ready. He was looking like a full kit wanker with the Chelsea kit on, ready to sign. And Egbali, the Siri merchant, refused to give the order to Bowley, who was there, by the way, with Winstanley and Stuart Little. And we didn't get the deal over the line. And everyone was saying, oh, we're going to get him in January. John Owen McKell come out and said, we're going to get him. No, we're not. He's not leaving in January. And today it was reported Chelsea are not going in for him in January. The reality is we're not going to sign Victor Osimhen, and we had the opportunity to sign him. But my question to everyone, all right, if Jackson is so good and you trust Jackson like you prop Jackson, yeah, then why the fuck were you on your knees for Victor Osimhen, number one? Number two, why is the ownership, if they trust Jackson, why were they trying to sign Osimhen on a cut price till deadline day? Because this guy's starting and benching Jackson. And why are we now looking at Gyökeres if Jackson is our striker? Or is it the case that Jackson has upped his value for buying him for 30 plus million, showing the stats, because he's like a data merchants, being advertised at Chelsea Football Club, the biggest club in London, most elite club in London, as to auction him to another club to go and pay the 80 million that they value him at, to then make profit on these players? I don't understand. If Jackson's your guy, your striker, then why are you looking at Gyökeres, Osimhen's, and all these guys? Why are you extending Jackson's contract for last season? What, we're all in failure? Oh, but he got more goals than Drogba in his first season. I don't give a fuck. Drogba won a title. Then he won the next title as well. What are we winning, bruv? What are we competing for? We're trying to get Champions League. The standards are fucking in the mud at Chelsea. Like, on the floor.
No, because the thing is, John, do you know what it is? Is like, there's this fucking idiot down here, Chelsea boy Chris is a fucking wally, yeah? I'd ban him on Twitter and if he's a fucking idiot. But he even just said something like, oh, well, we made profit on Angelo. So what are we? Are we a shop? What, we just a shop window now?
Going in their pockets. Is it going in their pockets? Are they making the money? Or is it these
but we make money now. We play shit football. Have all these players that are meant to be top draw footballers can't play any systems. And why is Felix and Nkunku not playing if they're that good?
Yeah.
Why are they not playing? Oh, but we're going to make money on them.
Why is we bought Sancho surplus to United, requirements to United, facts, because they had Bald Hag, who got sacked in the end. All right. We bought him because United didn't want him and no one else would take him. All right, he went on loan to Dortmund, played a Champions League final, and they didn't even want to buy him, bruv. All right. So Sancho, we've taken a burden off United's hands. The same with Felix. Did you know that they sent Gallagher back? They gave Fabrizio Romano did a here we go for Gallagher, only for him to fucking come back to Cobham because the deal now was we have to buy Felix so that they'll buy Gallagher, and they were desperate to sell Gallagher for the pure profit. Is any midfielder better than Gallagher?
No.
And is Gallagher really Chelsea level?
No.
So what are the standards then? What are the levels in this team?
Bro, listen, Victor. Maresca's got no pattern of play. I don't want to hear, oh, he plays a certain way and that's why Noni's playing and all this kind of shit, because he changes his mind every week, John. Some of these players were in the B team last week. Some of them were in the A team. Next week, a few of these A team lot will be in the B team, bruv. He changes his mind. One week he was inverting Gusto in a 10. The next week he's playing James at left back. The next week he's got Sancho on the left cutting in. Now he changes his mind. He's got to put Neto out there with Noni. Like, it's bollocks, John. It's bullshit.
What about Reece James? All of a sudden he's had surgery and now he's pulled a hammy. He's out till December, maybe January. Why is Enzo Maresca playing him as a left centre back, bruv? He's not a left centre back. Like, why are we playing our best right back, our captain, at a position?
Did he cause his injury by playing him out of position?
I wouldn't be surprised. What are we doing here, bruv?
John,
everyone's like, sell him, get rid of him.
If this was Poch, trust me, if Poch played Reece James left back, murders. And that's what I'm trying to say. They're just hypocrites, bruv. 90% of these Chelsea followers on Twitter, on YouTube, it's a load of fucking hypocrites, bruv. We're no closer to winning a league or competing in a Champions League at all, John. Like, the football's dross. Let's be real here. Like, have you Man City game? Shit. Yeah. Weren't even in it. At home as well, John. Yeah. When the fuck have we just rolled over and had our bellies tickled? Yeah. At home. Just so easy. Since Roman days, even before Roman days, people think that it's just Roman. Like, John, I used to go watch Paul Furlong, Mark Steiner. Like, some of these players are just rolling up. It's just like, it's normal, John, just to get beat by City now. Oh, but it's Man City. So what? So what? We just roll over and put up a fight, lose at home to Man City. Look, John, first game of the season, Man City, we were shit. Didn't deserve anything out of the game. Yeah. Second game, Wolves. Right? I think it was Wolves, was it? Or Palace? Who was the second game?
What, of the season?
Of this season. It was either Wolves or Palace. I can't remember. But either way, yeah.
I think
we couldn't be
Wolves. Let me double check.
I think it's Wolves, yeah. We were first half of Wolves, we were embarrassing. First half, and so play City, shit, no chance of winning the game. Play fucking Wolves, first half, shit. Second half, Palmer turns up, puts it on the plate to fucking Madueke to score a few goals.
Yeah, it was Wolves. It was Wolves.
Wolves, and then we play Palace at home, yeah. And we couldn't beat Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge with Nkunku, Felix, Neto, Sancho, Palmer, fucking Jackson, Noni, fucking Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia, Fofana, Reece James, Gusto, Cucurella. You're telling me we can't beat a Crystal Palace who's probably been put together by fucking shirt buttons, yeah? But we've got all these world-class footballers. Johnny, you don't even need to pay me 400 bags a week. Yeah, but I'm beating Palace at home. If you give me £1.4 billion worth of footballers, I'm beating Palace at home. Yeah, so let's go performance based. I don't like to do, because a lot of the time they divert, John, and they say, oh, but we're third in the league. Well, we're joint on third with about 3 teams. We could be fucking 8th in like 1 game. Yeah, so I'm looking, and it's too early to be talking about league positions. I've seen Tottenham top and finish 7th. Right, so I'm looking at the performances. City, we were shit. Liverpool, we were shit. Arsenal, Man United, lucky to get a draw.
If it wasn't for Caicedo and Lavia in the middle of the park, yeah. I think in those 2 games in particular, all the big games anyway, we'll be losing every game. I think the only difference when you play Caicedo and Lavia is because they're like destroyers. Caicedo does all the leg work. You know what I'm saying? They keep you in the game.
Caicedo and Lavia keep you in the game. They do the doggy work. They do the running about. But with Enzo, it's now Enzo offers more going forward. But look, anyway, he gave Enzo Fernandez the fucking captain's armband and put him in the B team. Like, come on, John. Like, if there's not warning signs, like, this is a manager who's managed for 1 season, John. And they're on their knees. Oh my God, he's so good. He's this and that. It's bollocks. It's absolutely shit. He's changed his formation about 80 times already. He was inverting Gusto in a 10. Then he's inverted Vega in a fucking midfield. He inverted Cucurella. It ain't working out. He plays Reece James left back. That don't work out. He plays Sancho on the left wing. He's not too sure. He puts Neto now back on the left wing. It's John, it's biggest load of bollocks. Don't
What
listen
does
to
it tell you? It tells you that he's trying to problem solve. It tells you he's trying to keep players happy as well. He's also trying to find the best solution in how to get to play his so-called style of play without being backed in the recruitment. He's not been backed. He was desperate for Osimhen. He said that was my final piece up front. He didn't get him. Now he's with Jackson.
But John,
he's dropping in Kunku, who's more proven.
Johnny, any manager that picks Sanchez to be the goalie, yeah. And let's talk about the recruitment as well, John. Like, let's be fair here. Like, the recruitment's been poor, bruv. The recruitment's been poor, John.
Of course,
how have we got eight goalies and not one of them's fucking decent? We've got eight keepers.
We lost Hilario, our trainer, right, to Tuchel for England. He had to leave because they wouldn't let him do it.
And also, John, yeah, who's buying who? Is Egbali buying Todd Bowley? How comes that story's gone now? Where's that gone?
Oh, the Civil War, is it? Yeah.
Where was the Civil War where Chelsea and where Todd Bowley and Egbali? Oh, who should buy who? Oh, I think Todd Bowley should buy because he wants to buy experience and all this bollocks. It's a load of bullshit. Where's our sponsors? We've brought shit. We've brought pathetically. They got rid of a medical team. They thought it was the medical team, right? That was all the players were getting injured because of the medical staff. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Well,
and now they're still getting
talking on the medical team. Did you know that they hired freelance doctors and physios from a company called Remedy, who is a celebrity firm that Billie Eilish, Mark Grohl use? Yeah, that's proven. That's facts.
Johnny, where's
all last season they used that to save costs on the medical team.
Where's the geezer who came in from New Zealand, the rugby coach for mentality?
Oh, the mental skills coach. Yeah,
the mental skills coach. Where's he gone?
Yeah. Where's the geezer for the culture? What's his name? Eastwood.
How comes we hired a set piece specialist and we're the worst at set pieces?
Oh, from Brentford, the guru.
Guru.
Yeah, guru. We're getting gurus everywhere. We got a data guru from NFL, bruv. We got a data guru. Gupta, his name is, from NFL, because it's all Moneyball at Chelsea. It's all data driven. It's what the data tells you. But football don't work like that. Football doesn't work like baseball and NFL and NBA. It's a completely different culture and format. But yeah, everyone's pushing the data. Have you seen how everyone's so heavily GA focused, bruv? When it comes to any discussion in football, it's all about he's got this GA, that GA. When we were telling them GA when it was Mason Mount and all these players, bruv, they didn't want to hear it, bruv, right? They go, no, it's eye test. Well, I'm going by eye test and I go by GA. And the eye test is fucking making my eyes bleed, bruv. With what I watch. It's not high-level football, bruv. It's not high-level football. None of these players get anywhere near Roman Abramovich's teams. And the teams before Roman.
The football shit.
We're playing Conference League, bruv. It's embarrassing.
We've only really beat West Ham, Leicester comfortably. Like comfortably,
even
90
Leicester,
minutes.
Even Leicester, bruv.
Leicester didn't even try to play against us.
They should have had a red card. Yeah, I think they should have had a red card. That foul on Palmer on the Achilles was disgusting, bruv. He should have had a red card. Didn't get it, but they should have had a penalty, and they did get us another penalty. That's two penalties. Argument's sake, it could have ended 2-2 that game. It quite easily could have gone that way, but we got the 3 points. But I'm saying, why are we in these positions? Why are we sort of like not taking the game by the scruff of the neck and controlling it because we're meant to be unbelievable? The data tells us that we are possession-based dominant team, right? But it doesn't really look like that when we watch games.
But John, the possession's useless possession. It's a lot of just passing the ball around, because what it is a lot of teams are wary about Cole Palmer and the pace of Jackson in behind and Noni, yeah? So a few teams now are sitting off of us. Yeah. And they're just sitting and we're just knocking the ball like Badia Shield to Fafana. Yeah. Like it's useless.
And that's a great point actually, Tobz, because For me personally, I think Cole Palmer should be playing on the right. I think he has to play on the right. I think it's very difficult to man mark Cole Palmer when he's playing on the right wing. It's so difficult because all that does is open up in the centre of the pitch to allow us to penetrate and create chances, right? Granted, that's like basic fucking football, basic tactics. Like when you man mark Hazard, how difficult was it when he was playing on the right or the left? And you have two players go to him, you create pockets of space for all your teammates when Hazard's got the ball. The same is with Cole Palmer. So why can't you have João Felix playing the 10? Why can't you have Felix and Cole Palmer, bruv? I think that would be a nightmare for any defence. They've both got the technical ability. They've both got the they're off the ball. They're not actually that great. I think they're luxury players. But why should we worry when you got Casado, Lavia, you got Jackson pressing? You know, I think for me, Cole Palmer on the right is better as a 10. I think in the 10, you're asking him to go more deeper and play these great passes. Don't get me wrong, but I think when he's on that last shoulder, you know, he can create something out of nothing. He get penalties. He'll have a shot. He'll create from there. I think he'll get more GA like he did last year. But for some reason, he's adamant of playing in number 10 and playing Mudueke on the right. Mudueke, bar Wolves, Patrick and Nottingham Forest, he hasn't given us not one GA. And he's playing every game.
How comes João Felix can't get in this team?
Because I think with a player like João Felix, you have to build around him. And they're choosing to build around Cole Palmer over João Felix, which makes no fucking sense in why you've signed this guy. You've only signed this guy to get rid of Gallagher, basically.
Basically, I personally believe, Johnny, the two players that are keeping Nkunku and Felix out of the team are Noni and Jackson, right?
Yeah.
You got no reason. There's no reason why we can't put Cole Palmer back out on the right and put Felix in the 10.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah.
But why is no manager ever having João Felix? Remember, João Felix was brought for £120 million by Atletico Madrid. Yeah. How comes last season Xavi didn't want to keep him at Barca? Poch didn't want him. Diego Simeone didn't want him. How comes no cunt wants this geezer? And then he comes to Chelsea. Maresca don't even want him. Maresca ain't playing him in the Prem. He's playing him on a Thursday night against a load of fucking milkmen.
He doesn't give you off the ball work. He's started to, but he's not. For me, João Felix is not a 90-minute player. In every time I've watched him, he's never been a 90-minute player. I don't know if you've seen that in him, but I don't think he's ever performed at that top level for 90 minutes consistently. He doesn't do that. I think Cole Palmer will give you that. He might go missing in games, Cole Palmer. Certain games he might be dipping in and out, but he'll always, you know he's there. With João Felix, I think he goes missing too much. His off the ball work is not good enough to play the number 10. But then arguably Cole Palmer is an off the ball pressing.
So then what did we?
He's that great either.
So then what did we buy all these players for? To stick him in a team on a Thursday?
They bought Felix as an opportunity, but also to get Gallagher out the door. Because they saw putting João Felix on like a long contract at a cut price and getting how much did we get for Gallagher? Was it 50 million? I can't remember. 55 million or something? No, was it 35, 50 million? I can't remember. Whatever we got for him, that goes straight on the books, pure profit, which helps him from the FFP. With João Felix, you can spread the payments. So for them, we'll take João Felix. It's a good name, keeps all the supporters all giddy and excited to bring João Felix back to the bridge. A lovely little PR story that he wanted to come back. When everyone remembers, they blame Pochettino that Poch didn't want João Felix. No, it was the fact that we weren't prepared to pay 300 grand a week wages. João Felix actually wasn't keen on staying because it was an absolute fucking circus under Jellyfish Potter, if you remember how bad it was that season. No one wanted him, bruv. There was no other top European club that goes for João Felix. I think he's got an attitude problem. And I think Sancho as well. I mean, I don't know about you. I've heard rumours that certain players are getting pissed off with Sancho. His attitude. He's known to turn up late for training. I like. There's a lot of arrogance with a lot of these players, but there's no deliverance, bruv, on a consistent level.
John,
be worthy of arrogance.
I don't know. I got a problem around us not building a strong enough 11 to compete for the league and compete in a Champions League. That's my problem. I know what they're doing. They're buying all these players to try to make a profit on them, bruv. They're running the club as a business. They're running the club as a business. And if the fans can understand that, instead of getting in wearing their fucking turtlenecks and standing in front of whiteboards like financial advisors, they're all worried about, but we made a profit on that one. But if we sell Jackson now, we make a profit on him. Like, that don't help us as Chelsea fans, match paying goers that go to the match, watch that shit every week. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, John? When you pay top dollar to go and watch the theatre, yeah, you want to go and watch a proper show in the theatre, innit? You don't want to go there and be bored out your nut. So when I'm going to Chelsea, I want to be entertained, John. I want to pay my money and at least get some form of entertainment. Let's be real, Johnny, yeah? I'll be real as well. A lot of people ain't spoken it. The atmosphere in the stadium, shit. It's shit. Yeah. The atmosphere is shit. The connection. John, when I was younger, when we used to train at Harlington, where QPR are at now, you used to be able to walk up to the ground, go and take pictures with Zola, Dennis Wise, Vialli, all of them. I got pictures as a kid, loads of them with them, yeah? You'd be able to walk into the training ground. You had a connection with the players. So you knew what they were putting out there on the football pitch on a Saturday. You was going, yeah, they're fighting for the bad. They loved it. Do you know what I mean? John, even when some of the players like Lampards and all of these lots talk about when they were in the tunnel, and like Mikel said, if Jose would have saw him even shaking the opposition's hands, they were doing gang signs now and all this kind of shit to each other and hugging each other and slapping each other on the arse. Pause. Yeah, it's a load of bollocks. That, like, the players are overpaid. Yeah, for what they overprotected, overhyped, overpaid, and they're shit, John. And look, the owners have come in and they've spent money, but they've spent money to make money, Johnny. Do you understand what I'm saying, Char? We're entering a whole new dimension here now. Like, for people to like, people threw Roman under the bus, they threw Jose under the bus, Tuchel. Like, they're quick to do it for who? For these guys who couldn't give two fucks. They're here to make a pound note, John. Like, there's no way like that you're going to be buying half of these players knowing that they're not going to start in the first team. You know these players ain't playing for the first team. When's Andre Santos going to play for Chelsea? Lavia and Caicedo are fucking 20, 21.
Do you remember?
Enzo, when the fuck is Santos playing for Chelsea?
Do you remember Kendry Pires was promised he's going to go into the first team like Esteval Willian, and now we're hearing that Kendry Pires is not ready. He's going to be loaned to Strasbourg.
He's gone Strasbourg. Right. Pires watch. So, do you remember they done Pires watch?
Right. So if these kids are so generational and they're golden gems, then why are they not playing in the first team? Because who they're going to start? Who's going to start? Kendry Pires, Sancho, Neto.
Johnny,
Felix, Esteval Willian, Mudueke, Cole Palmer. What are we doing here, bruv?
Johnny, we got Datro Fofana. We got David Washington. We got Mark Guehi. Whatever his name is, yeah? We got Datro Fofana and fucking Broja and fucking this Mark Guehi and all these fucking cunts in our squad that are useless, yeah? Drewsbury Hall, who signed off on that? Who signed off on this? Who signed off on Viega? He's useless, John. He's never starting. Johnny, Viega is never starting a Champions League big match on a Tuesday night, Wednesday night against anyone decent. There's no chance in the world. No way, John.
Do you know what it sounds like, Tobz? It sounds like to me, all right, that they bought all these players, yeah? They bought all these players. This is what you do with your academy. You buy these young players, you have them in your academy, and you loan them out, and you make profit off them, right? But they're using our first team to do that. That's the difference. Because the academy is non-existent no more. Neil Bath's gone. Fraser's gone. They got rid of everyone in the academy. All the Cobham players that have actually delivered at Chelsea, they got rid of them. Trev Chalobah, fucking exiled. He's clear. He's our best centre back. He's gone on loan to Crystal Palace, bro. Gallagher was our best performer last season in the midfield after spending 300 plus million on the midfield. They bought Lavia injured. We're only just starting to see a bit of Lavia. Enzo Fernandez has been exiled to the B team or reserves to play Conference League.
And he gave him the captain's armband, John.
And they gave him the captain's armband after everything that went on in the summer. It's mad.
And now he's in the B. Now he's in the B team.
Yeah, but he played amazing against Leicester.
Where's David Washington and fucking Datro Fofanas and all these lot? Where are they? Vega, I'll tell you one thing. You see your Vegas and all the, remember, you see under Bowley, think about the players, John, that have either left, that they've signed, that have either left already or out on loan, casted out on loan to fuck knows where, yeah? Or the players that they're even thinking about selling. Only the other week, they put Barcelona in for Enzo. Chelsea going to try and offload Enzo Fernandez, yeah? Chelsea was trying to offload Badia Shield and Disassi, yeah?
Yeah.
Chukwuemeka.
Cucurella, Madueke, Chukwuemeka.
Chukwuemeka's going to be out of there. Shrewsbury Hall, apparently Villa are in for him. So what? All these players that have just been signed in the last 6 to 12 months are going out the door. Do you know why?
So what are we building for?
Because they're shit.
Question. But what are we building for? You haven't addressed our fucking spine in our team. You haven't given me a world-class striker. You haven't given me a centre-back to replace Thiago Silva. You haven't given me a world-class goalkeeper, Diego Costa, or someone of that ilk, bruv. Right? You haven't given me a core spine. You spent 1.5 billion and you're giving it all this fucking trust the process PR and it's a patience game. You've got Enzo Maresca coming out saying,
John,
I've got no pressure to get top 4. It's a 5-year project. We've had 3. This is our 3rd year of the project and you're asking for another 5 years.
Johnny,
you 8 years into their ownership.
Johnny, what was the managers moaning about before?
No leadership,
what were they moaning about?
Captaincy.
The managers were moaning about a bloated squad.
Well, there's that, obviously. Yeah, 40 players or whatever.
Yeah, we got 54 players on our books. Yeah, so pre-season comes 54 of them. Yeah. And let's be real here. Yeah, let's think about the first team. This is how you work it out, John. Right? Think about the first team right now. Yeah, who's really undroppable in the first team? You go Palmer.
Yeah.
You go Caicedo.
Yeah.
If
Reece James is fit, Reece James.
But I'm talking about even down to the fact that if we sign a striker, which we're going to sign a striker, Jackson's out the door or on the bench.
That's my point. So, so what's all the PR? Why?
So where's all these 54 players playing? When none of them's safe, none of them's got a solid spot, and people go, it's rotational, it's this and that. It's bullshit. It's just bullshit. It's just some of them just ain't performing when they get thrown in the team on a Saturday afternoon. Because Johnny, the performances are not there, bruv. This is what people don't understand. Yes, we nicked 3 points against Bournemouth, which makes us go from 3rd to fucking 9th. Because if we don't get them 3 points against Bournemouth, we're in 9th. Yes, we nicked the point against fucking United. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, we nicked the point against Forest in the end because I sit in the shed end, John. Yeah, and Sanchez had to pull off 2 absolute fucking worldies in the last minute to save us from losing a point against 10-men Forest. The performances ain't there, John. I'm not having it. I'm not having this whole thing where they're saying we're 3rd in the league. I'm like, bruv, have you been to the bridge? Have you watched us? We're not playing well, bro. We're not playing well, John. Noni Madueke ain't really turned up since Wolves. Like he's been performing poor. Fucking Gusto was shit, John. Inverted, you know.
I don't think he can't invert, bruv. I don't know why he's adamant to invert him. And what's all this invert Cucurella and Gusto to play them as a 10? The fuck? How can they play 10? What's that all about? We've got the best 10 in our entire squad, Cole Palmer. What do we need another 10 for? Like, well, what's Caicedo and Lavia supposed to do? They don't push up to the 10 at all? Why is Cucurella going to form into a 10 position? What's he going to create, for fuck's sake? What ability has he got in that number 10 position?
We saw Gusto in that 10. We saw Gusto in that 10.
And he's
That
not good
that
enough. He's not
that
good
spoke
enough.
that
He's
spoke
better on the
volumes.
overlap. He's better on the overlap. As is Cucurella for Spain was on the overlap in the Euros. You saw him overlapping all the time. Do you remember?
But John,
Semi-final, final.
John, do you know what? The thing is, it's like we know that Noni's not the greatest right winger. I'm just sitting there, John, and I'm thinking, we've got last night, yeah, we played a bunch of fucking farmers, right? And we've got Sancho, Felix, and Kunku, and who was it? No, there was someone else. Sancho, Felix, and Kunku. Who else was there last night?
What in the attack was Guy?
In the attack,
yeah, Guy.
There was 4.
Guy.
No, and Kunku, Felix, Sancho.
Oh, Mudryk.
And Mudryk. Brother, that's about £400 million worth of players. John, give me 17 decent players. I don't need 54 waste of time. Give me 17 that makes my first team. Why do we need to sign 35 fucking players that we know are never ever going to play for this club? But we still, but we still need a strike. Like, so listen to this, Johnny. We've got Mark Gahey. We've got Datro Fofana. Yeah. We've got Datro Fofana. We've got Broja. Yeah. We've got Datro Fofana, Broja, Mark Gray, Jackson, and Kunku.
Washington.
David Washington. These are all strikers. They're all useless.
Yeah.
They're all useless. We've got 8 keepers, all useless. We've got fucking tossing shit. Badia Shield.
Penders is going to be the new Courtois, bruv, apparently. That's what they said.
It's just a load of bollocks, John. Do you know what I mean? We know that it's a load of bullshit. Like, but I don't know, man. It's trying to convince people or tell people what's going on. I argue with these fucking idiots every day. It's madness. I don't even know why I do it. I don't know why I bother. It's clear and plain and obvious to see that they're just buying a load of young talent to just see if they can flip them.
Yeah, they want to make they want to make superstars and sell them for the big money, double, triple the profit.
But John, it doesn't help the first team.
Well, it never will, because the forefront ambition is to make profit, not actually win titles. How can you not give pressure to get top 4? How can there not be pressure to win the title? They told us via Pawnstein, Fabrizio, and all these brown envelopes that they believe last season they built a 100-point team. So what we've got now, we strengthened. Is it a 110-point team that they've built? That's what they said. Do they not understand what 100 points means in the Premier League? You're basically saying we're ready to win the title. We're clearly not. So what's this? PR. The PR
John, where's the sponsor?
Decimated everyone.
Where's the sponsor?
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. We bought the geezer from Spurs. Commercial director from Spurs is now going to try and pitch to us in a sponsorship deal. We got the Club World Cup we're going to play in the summer. So come and sponsor us. So we got to wait all that time. That's why it's worth, we want 60 million because we're playing Club World Cup. Who gives a fuck? You're not in the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? Give me one sec, bruv.
Yeah. But people, listen for a second, yeah? Maresca has managed for 1 season at Leicester. Look how he's left Leicester. Look at the state Leicester are in. Look at the state Leicester are in right now. Do you see how Potter left Brighton? You see how Potter left Brighton? Listen, I hope Maresca turns out good, but there's signs that he don't know what the fuck he's doing. Like, he gave Enzo the fucking captain's armband and put him in the B team. He inverted Gusto into the 10. He's inverted Vega into the midfield. He's played Sancho out on the left now. He puts Neto out there. He don't know what is Lavia in the B team now. Is Lavia gone into the B team? Is Enzo back? Is Lavia now a B team player? It's bollocks. It's bullshit. You lot are just wafflers. It's a load of bollocks. He's like the football's dross. The football ain't nice. It ain't exciting. It's only exciting when Palmer does a madness. It's only exciting when Palmer turns the fuck up. So, you know what I mean? Let's be serious here. The ownership, what have they done? Brought a load of players that they want to sell 6 months later. They've brought a load of players. Like, everyone's up for sale. Everybody. They're all up for sale. So, I know what's going on. The owners just want to buy a load of these youngsters from Brazil and from around this fucking world. You know, give them a Chelsea shirt and hopefully Chelsea as a brand make a profit on it. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So it's like when the Kardashians wear something, you know, everyone wants to wear it then, and like they just, you know, that company's profits go through the roof. That's all it is. These players are just wearing that Chelsea shirt and their value goes up. That's all it is. They don't offer nothing to the first team. They don't offer, as I said, like, you know, fucking Mudryk will be out the door soon. And Kunku's going out the door. Badiashile and Disasi are going out the door. Where's David Washington? Where's Datro Fofana? Where's Angelo? Where's Amari Hutchinson? Chukwemeka? Where are all these lot? Where are they? Angelo, baby Di Maria. Yeah. Santos out on loan, isn't he? Oh, wow. Can't wait for Santos to put on a Chelsea shirt. He's going to cook. Cook what? He ain't never putting on a Chelsea shirt. So what? Is Santos better than Lavia and Caicedo and Enzo now? Wafflers. Absolute wafflers. Listen, these, like, as I said, we don't even have a sponsor. We had, what was they called? Athletic Infinity Athletic last year. What, did they pull out? They don't want to sponsor us again? It's a shit show, man. It's a fucking shit show. But we're going to need a lot of luck, man. We're going to need a lot of luck. Because this way that they're doing it, I saw Arsenal do it for a long, long time. Arsenal used to buy young and cheap and all that kind of shit and hope it worked out. And our fans have actually turned into Arsenal fans. Oh, I can't wait to get top 4. I can't wait. That's where we should be back at. We're ahead of phase 1. We're in phase 2. What the fuck? Listen, you can't pull the wool over my eyes. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. What is Arnie Slot in? Is Arnie Slot in phase 1? Was Jose Mourinho in his first season when he had 20 new players? Was he in phase 1? When Jose Mourinho took over at Chelsea? Was Jose Mourinho in phase 2 when he won the Champions League with Inter Milan? Was he in phase 1 or phase 2? When he went
what phase is what's his name? Arnie Slot, yeah. But this is the thing, right? Arnie Slot has come in, inherited a squad. They've got some new players, to have it right. They've got an injured Allison, their first team goalkeeper, and they've got Keller now landing minerals, bruv. All right. Why is it not taking him so long to implement his style and have Liverpool just ticking? Do you know what? The one ingredient, when they talk about ingredients, that Sanchez has got all the ingredients to be world class. The main ingredient is what? It's a blend of experience, world class players, young experience, and potential. Young players. Look at Jones. Jones is dominating for them in the midfield. Dominating, but he wouldn't be looking as good as he looks, Johnny, if he wasn't playing with experienced players. We don't have. What? Enzo Maresca called out. I've got no experience. We don't have any captains, but we're going to back Sanchez. We're going to come at Reece James, but we're going to back Sanchez, who's clearly shit.
Johnny, what phase was Tuchel in?
Oh, Tuchel come mid-season on his chopper in Cobham, didn't he? And then in less than 4 months, won us the Champions League without his own players, no signings, no time. He fucking landed it. In less than, what was it? I think it was 13, 14 months. He won 3 major trophies. He had us top 4.
He was in every domestical final.
Yep.
He was in every domestical final. He won a Champions League, World Club Cup.
Yeah.
Finished top 4 standards.
Yeah. Yeah.
What phase was he in?
There is no such thing as phase. Phase is the PR to mask. We need time so that we can implement our money-making scams.
You're telling me Tuchel won a Champions League, went to every domestical final, was in top 4 with Kai Havertz, who they say shit, Mason Mount and Timo Werner. So he had, hear me out, John. He had Timo Werner, Tammy Abraham, Hudson Odoi, Mount and Havertz as his attacking force.
Yeah.
And we can't outplay Nottingham 10 men Nottingham Forest at Stamford Bridge with fucking Palmer and Kunku, Felix, fucking Neto, Jacksons and all these. We can't outplay them. We're not meant to beat. We're in phase 1. We're not meant to beat Palace at home. We're not meant to beat Nottingham Forest with 10 men. This is phase 1. You got to give him time.
Yeah. Time. What about the time that they were meant to give Potter? What about the time they're meant to give Pochettino? All of a sudden now we've got to go for your third choice gaffer now. Third choice gaffer, we need to give him time. You've brought a manager from the Championship, Leicester, who almost bottled a 17-point lead with the most valuable squad in the Championship. Yeah. You've given him a 1.5 billion squad, and we're meant to go, let's give it 3-4 years before we can do anything or win any trophies. These lot, do you know what? These clowns, yeah, these Yanks, they'll do a parade for the Conference League Cup. You know that. They'll do a fucking full-on pantomime parade for winning the Conference League.
Johnny, I'm sorry, man. People are like, do you know what it is? People say to me like, Tobz, it's another fucking trophy. This and John, I can't watch that shit on a Thursday, man. I'll be real with you, brother. I can't watch that fucking shit. It's embarrassing. I feel embarrassed. Like we've spent 1.4 billion. We're going, John. It's bullying. John, it's bullying. Let's be serious here. Like, like going to play hide and hide with like Felix, Sancho.
It's a joke, bruv. What do you think the players are thinking? What do you think Felix is thinking, bruv? Sancho played a Champions League final, bruv. He just played a Champions League final, and now he's playing Conference League against a 37-year-old left back.
John, and then they say to me, but then they say to me, John, they say to me, Tobz, you always say you was there in the 80s and all of that. I said, yeah, but bruv, it's like, I up my game, John. I up my game, yeah. You know, I wear Laura Pianos and them things now when I go out. Nice shirt and a bow tie, and I got a nice suit, Savile Row, John. Yeah, I pull 10 out of 10s. I can't go back to fucking 2 out of 10s, John. I can't go back to fucking 2 out of 10s. Why am I going to come around my pals with a 2 out of 10 and go, oi, lads, what's happening? What do you reckon? And they go, she's horrible. Why? I can't. Why am I boasting about fucking beating Heidenheim and Noah's Ark and fucking Serviette? I've got Shamrock Rovers in the next game, bruv. I've got fucking Shamrock Rovers, bruv. Are you kidding me? I used to laugh at teams for this, John. I'm not a hypocrite. I can't be a hypocrite in person. My old man and them never built me to be this kind of person, to be a fucking hypocrite, bruv. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to sit there and start fucking wanking in a sock because we beat fucking a bag of nobodies. The players are shit, John. A lot of the players are shit, and they deserve to be playing against them cunts because they can't play in the Champions League, John.
No, we wouldn't even make it out the group stage, bruv. No chance.
They can't even play on Saturday against Nottingham Forest 10 men. We played at Stamford Bridge against 10 men Nottingham Forest, and they could have walked away with 3 points. It's people not listening to that.
And do you know what they'll come out with? They'll go, oh, but Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool and Anfield.
Oh,
we went to Anfield, and did we beat them? No, we lost.
Exactly. And they always do that, John.
Better than Nottingham Forest.
But Bournemouth beat Man City. Fuck, worry about Chelsea. Stop worrying about everyone else. Look, at the end of the day, we've spent 1.4 billion. We've cheated, John. Let's be real here. Like Arsenal, I think Arsenal have spent. We've done the calculations.
No,
600 to 700.
No, they're close to 800 million.
Okay, so
780 million.
Right, we done a little calculation the other day. I think it was like 700 It's like $1 million in 5 years under Arteta. 5 years.
Yeah.
They've spent that. We've spent double that in 18 months. That there cuts out any process you want to talk about. When you spend,
there should be no process. If you're spending that much money, you should be in a title race, Champions League, dominating, bruv. Like, you're talking a 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion. Do you know how many world-class players you could buy with that and have some youngsters amongst that, right? You should be putting pressure on Man Cities and all these teams going to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. What are we doing here? We're playing Servette, bruv. They scored more. By the way, Servette scored more open play goals than we did.
Do you know what it is as well, John? Yeah,
it's fucking embarrassing.
Do you know what it is, John, as well? Yeah, you see, like us, people get the wrong end of the stick when it comes to people like me and you. Yeah, it's because we actually care about this club. We actually give a fuck about this club, John. Yeah, these are all sit there and watch it rot in silence. They won't say a word. They will watch the owners buy 54 billion players that are useless. They will sit there and watch no sponsors on the shirt any season. They'll watch the atmosphere drop in the stadium. They'll watch remember the owners, yeah, John, have given us 5 managers in 18 months, 2 years.
Yeah.
2 seasons.
Lampard,
5 managers.
Yeah.
So we've changed our process 5 times. How many fucking sporting directors we had? I don't even know who's in charge anymore, John. Have we still got
Chris Vivell left on gardening leave. He's gone to Man United all of a sudden. We've got Carrington Winstanley, Stuart Little, who came out publicly before this run that we've had.
So you're telling me
this run, by the way, we've had 2 points. We got 2 points out of the 3 games.
And you're telling, and Johnny,
Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United.
Johnny, you're telling me this is all a part of their big plan to sack fucking 3 managers, to have 5 managers in 18 months. This is a part of their plan, yeah? 2 seasons, have 5 managers. We'll get rid of every fucking sporting director that we have. With different, how many financial advisors? How many sporting directors they had? How many managers they had?
Coaches, medicals, doctors,
we'll have the sponsor.
physicians.
We'll have the sponsor sorted out next week and all this bollocks. John, it is honestly like it's.
Do you know what's funny, Tobz? Yeah. Winstanley and Stuart Little did a lovely article with Matt Law, who's back in the runnings of their one in the pocket, little brown envelope, coming out and did a lovely article before we started to play Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, and now we're on this run. And they come out and said, we believe in this, it's going to work. We believe in a project, by the way, that's never been proven in the history of football. They go on like we're back in Maresca, we see him here for the next decade. But can I remind everyone that they've publicly come out and said that they are building a structure at the club, which means they can replace pieces and the whole machine continues to work and manufacture as they want it to. So that means you can take Enzo Maresca out, bring in another manager like Brighton are doing, because Brighton are flying, by the way, but they don't win fuck all. They're flying, they're making profits, but they don't win nothing. Are we a Brighton? Is that what we are now?
John,
we're
John,
sponsoring these guys making money off our football club. That's what we're doing.
John, do you know what the thing is as well? What we've got to be careful about as a club is that we don't spend too much money to the point that they hit their peak of like, right, we can't spend anymore. Because let's be real, John, like they really can't even spend heavily no more because we've got fucking too many players on the books. They're going to have to get rid of a lot.
The first process was Bowley come in. They spunk 635 million, which meant that they had to get rid of basically the Champions League winning team players because they had to lower the wage structure to help balance the books because they're in the red zone. They had to sell players like Mason Mount, Cobham players to get pure profit, to then allow them to go into the market the next transfer window and buy the players that they did, except they changed it with Clown Lake, Egbali and Feliciano, who wanted to go with this Moneyball AI scouting model that Burnley and MLS use. All right. They brought in Winstanley, Stuart Little, and this whole data-driven focus and model. And now they're trying to buy the next best players, not buy the established world-class players. Egbali come out when they first bought the club and outright told everyone, we're not going to buy experienced players. We're not going to pay over the odds for these players. We're going to look at the NFL, NBA Moneyball model, where we use data as our instrument to dictate where we go in the market. And we want to tap up the Portuguese market, the French market, the African markets, the Brazilian markets. And they're going to set up academies there, not forget Cobham Academy. And they're going to bring loads of kids through, and they're going to use Chelsea, the name, the heritage, the biggest club in London, the position it is in London, to attract all these young players to sign on their death row contracts and say, come to Chelsea, we've got a gateway for you, yeah, and build them up, advertise them, to then flip them to clubs that are actually ambitious, that actually want to win. You've got Real Madrid right now who are talking about sacking Ancelotti after what he's delivered and won for Real Madrid, because that is the mentality. That's the mentality we had with Roman Abramovich. If you don't win, you're out the door. And this is the problem we got now, is that everyone is propagandering and supporting a model they know fuck all about. It's only all right now because we're sort of winning some games and we're amongst top 4. But why is that the level? Why should that be acceptance? To be third place after 13 games played? Or is it 12 games played? 12 games played, bruv. It's mad to me. It's absolutely mad to me. You got Aston Villa supporters calling out, you're getting sacked in the morning, to Emery, who's got them Champions League football, back in Champions League. And they're calling for him to be sacked. Where the fuck are their standards come from? And our lot are going, give Maresca 4 seasons. We need time.
But John, we both know that Maresca ain't getting 4 seasons. Maresca doesn't get top 4 this year and it falls to pieces. Not only Maresca, Chelsea are in trouble. You know that already, John. There's people ain't even fucking with us no more. But like the big name brands that they want to get on board, they don't want to fuck with us because it's. Do you know what I mean? What we got to offer them now? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying top 4 is a fucking must. But I'm worried, John, because I'm watching the football on the pitch, and let's be real here. Like as I said, we're third, yeah. We're third. We know Arsenal are going to finish above us. That's facts. So I personally believe the best we can get, John, is 4th. That's the best, right? That's the best case scenario is 4th, yeah? But I'm looking at the football and I'm thinking, we're not playing well. There's been a few games that we've nicked points in, John. Like, we've absolutely nicked points. Like, Bournemouth, we nicked 3 points. We didn't even deserve 1 point in that game, yeah? Forest, we played 10 men. We didn't deserve to get much more than the point. Yeah. What other games have we nicked? I think we nicked points against United. I think we didn't deserve a point out of that United game.
Yeah. United and Arsenal dropped points. Basically, they dropped the 3 points, not us. We were trailing the game.
Yeah. I don't think we deserved anything out of the Man U game. Arsenal game was probably a little bit more tighter, but I'm saying definitely Bournemouth, United, we didn't deserve any points out of those games. That's for sure. And then you take away those 4 points, it's kind of where you're at. You know, we're in that same bracket, John, with, you know, like your Brightons, your fucking Nottingham Forests. Like that's the kind of form we're in. Our form's very up and down. And as I said, we're solely reliant on Cole Palmer.
And let's talk about Cole Palmer, because Cole Palmer against Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, he didn't deliver. And that's the reality. Now, it's not me coming at Cole Palmer because he's our best player, literally.
But is Maresca getting the best out of him, John?
No, I don't think he is. I think he's nullifying him. I think he should be on the right wing.
Is Maresca getting the best out of Gusto?
No.
Is Gusto the same player he was last year?
No.
Palmer ain't.
He's getting injured more. He's getting injured more, Gusto. And this is my point I wanted to make. Enzo Fernandez is fucking. I mean, he's just a flop, isn't he? He's a flop, bruv. I mean, he's overhyped. He can't play Premier League football. If you notice against Leicester, the tempo was slow, so it suited him. Do you know what I'm saying? But when it's a fast tempo game,
they sat
running
off.
in mud.
They sat off, didn't they?
They sat off. That's why he was all right for Enzo, because he could dictate. He's not international football. You know what I'm saying? In Premier League. But my point was Cole Palmer, before the Arsenal game, he had a knock. He had ice pack on him, didn't he? I think they played him injured. And I think in his defence, he's played the last 2 games struggling. And
why
that's
do you
why
think,
we haven't
John?
seen him.
John, why do you think?
At that level? Because they're desperate.
Why do you? Because they know if they don't play him, nothing happens, John.
Correct.
They know that.
And Cole Palmer knows this, and that's dangerous to let a player know that we are solely reliant on you, because what that does is put all the cards in his corner. He can play
Look,
and deal all the cards.
the thing is, John,
and he can turn around and say, if we don't get Champions League football, I want out. And I don't care if I'm on
100%. Well, you think
gone.
Cole Palmer's going to be the hottest prospect, the hottest property on the market, and play fucking just on a Saturday and don't play no? Because remember, he ain't even playing European games, John. He's not playing on a Thursday. He's not playing any European games. He doesn't play on a Thursday, bro. Right, so you think that Real Madrid or Barcelona come in and say, we'll give you 250 a week and we'll buy you for 100 mil? You think he's gone? You think Tobz Bowling? He's gone.
He's gone.
Fucking gone. Are you mad?
But then the PR will be, I'll prep it for you.
Well, you think he
loves... We've got Esteval Willian. We've got Felix.
Johnny, answer this question for me, yeah? Johnny, answer this question for me. Which players at the club that play for the club right now will take a pay cut?
None.
Which players do you think play for Chelsea Football Club right now, if they get offered double their wages and Champions League football, won't take it?
Every player will take it. Every player will take it because they're mercenaries. And this is the problem. They're offering 8-year contracts, which is making these players sign 8-year contracts. Think about as a footballer, your career span. Think about
but John, that 8 years doesn't really matter when a team like Barcelona say we'll give you 300 grand a week, or Real Madrid go, we'll give you 300 grand a week and we'll stick you on a 6-year contract. That 8 year don't mean shit.
No, granted, but what I'm saying is it's an insurance policy for these players, for Chelsea to get.
Oh yeah, of course.
What they deem as the best players. They're offering that insurance policy, and then they can still sell them on where the club makes money because they're on long contracts. Well, when they negotiate, they'll say, "I want double transfer fee," because he's on a 6-year contract still.
Well, John, look, these players, what they could do if they want to as well, is they can sit on the bench.
Yeah.
For 8 years. If they don't get offered more than what Chelsea have offered, say some of these players just dip in form, John. They're just no good. You just think, fuck, these players are shit. They just dip in form. And they know that no other club's coming in for them to give them more than 125. They could literally just sit there on the bench and take their 125.
This is Suge Knight, death row contracts. Yeah? This is literally sell your soul.
John, what's Mudryk on?
What weekly wage?
Yeah, what's he on?
I don't think he's on that high though, bruv. I heard it was about 80 grand.
What's he on?
I might be wrong.
What's he on?
Grand.
Mudryk, a week. There's a chat. Anyone in the chat knows fucking how much Mudryk's on? Because I'll tell you one thing, he ain't getting a fucking upgrade. I'll tell you one thing, if he's on 100 grand a week, teams will be coming in saying we'll give you 50.
Yeah. Well, they can't even get the transfer fee for him. Mudryk knows that the club wanted to sell him, right? Madueke knows the club wants to sell him. Cucurella knows the club wanted to sell him. Enzo Fernandez changed his agent to get him out of Chelsea last season, mid-season. So have it right. He wants to go, and the club are happy to sell him, right? What do you think these players are playing for? Chelsea, the badge? Or are they playing for their own fucking selves to get their moves out? That's where we are. We're a team of individuals.
I heard, John, I see Gusto made a comment or something. It's talking about I see it yesterday. Someone sent it to me. I think he was kind of insinuating that he's using Chelsea as a stepping stone to another.
You see, that's what we are, though. That's what we are. That's what they turned us into, a stepping stone. Are we competing with the Real Madrids and Bayern Munich's?
But John,
are we on that level? No.
But John,
What
those players have to realise is if they don't perform, they're not going to another club.
No.
And we're going to get stuck with them. So if these players, I don't know how much Disasi's on, but I know we've spent 40-something million on him. Yeah, I don't know what his weekly wages is, but I can't see anyone coming in and giving us more than 40 for Disasi and putting him on higher wages than he's on at Chelsea. Can you?
Nah. But Geezer, we spent, I think it's about 75 million on Badiashile and Disasi. We spent 70 million on Fofana. We spent 70 million or 65 million on Cucurella.
Yeah.
We spent 30 plus on Gusto.
Yeah.
We spent
Reece
35 on Jackson.
Reece James is on 250 a week, by the way, John.
Yeah, but is that including his bonuses? Because we're not in Champions League.
No. That's not including bonuses. That's fucking.
So
that's
bonuses were taking what to 300?
300.
There you go. They're desperate to get him off the books, aren't they?
Wesley Fofana's on 200 grand.
Yeah, Cucurella's on 190.
Yeah.
All these players they want out.
They wanted Cucurella out. They tried to sell him.
I know.
But obviously the Euros come along and they changed their mind. They thought Chelsea fans would probably kick off if they kept Chilwell and they got rid of Cucurella. They thought it's bad for PR and it's bad for publicity. Do you know what I'm saying? So they I don't know, John, man. Who's running it anyway? Egbali or Todd Bowley? Because remember, apparently they had a civil war, didn't they?
Right. So Todd Bowley is the chairman at Chelsea, milking 20 million a year out of the club as part owner. Right. He wants more of a say. Egbali and Feliciano have been at the realm dictating for a long, long time. They are still steering this Titanic. It's going to hit a fucking iceberg.
John, how many of these players do you see in the A and the B team? Yeah, do you see having a future at Chelsea? How many of them?
I mean, that's like how long's a piece of string?
Like how many of them do you see? You know what? They're going to be in and around the first team squad on a Saturday and in Champions League. How many of them?
I rate Neto.
Because I tell you one thing, Levi Colwill ain't Champions League level. He ain't Premier League winning team level. Yeah, Tosin ain't. Yeah. Badiashile Disasi ain't. Gusto ain't. Vega ain't. Dewsbury Hall ain't. Chukwuemeka ain't. David
Cassidy
Washington,
ain't.
Datro Fofana, Cassidy, Noni Madueke, Mudryk.
Bruv, let's be honest. Apart from Felix, Palmer, Nkunku, Neto, Sancho, only those lot are worthy, can play Champions League level because they actually have, right? They have played Champions League and they've performed in Champions League. If you go to the midfield, Enzo, he hasn't. Casado hasn't because he's been playing for Brighton. Dewsbury Weddinghall ain't. Lavia, he ain't. If you go to the back line, have they played Champions League football? Bar Reece James, Chilwell? They haven't. Has Sanchez Cucurella played Champions League football? No. So you're relying on majority of players that haven't played any Champions League football for you to get into the Champions League, to play Champions League football, is the biggest fucking delusion I've ever heard. It makes no sense. But yet only your front line, because let's have it right, Tobz, yeah? What's the most valuable in positions? What position's the most valuable where you can make dough?
Striker.
The attack. Wingers, 10s, strikers. What have they gone ham with? Spending big dough and investing in Willians and Pieses for attacking, dribbling, wingers, creators. That's what they've gone for. You know what I'm saying? The only player that I can say, I mean, even Casado, 115 million, crazy money, bruv. But he's starting to develop. He's starting to look a bit better, and but he was crying, bruv.
Do you know what he's doing,
going,
John? He's running around
the
tackling.
fans. I don't like playing at home because I get criticism, but when I play away, it's better. Like, this is fucking Chelsea, man. You got to perform consistently with a price tag as well. You know, they're very quick to cry about criticism, but yet they don't understand pressure. Like, pressure makes diamonds. You don't have pressure in your line of work, then where do you expect to exceed and raise your levels in whatever you do? Pressure is necessary. Pressure is what made us dominant and win. If you don't have that pressure, then you're just strolling and cruising. And most people in life with no pressure, they just stagnate. And that's just facts of life. So if your manager's coming out saying, "Oh, I don't have any pressure, and I don't want to feel that pressure of having to compete in the title race or get top 4," then what the fuck are the players thinking? Oh, it's all right, it's acceptable if we miss out on Champions League football and we don't win a title. It's acceptable. We just go again, shall we? Or is it do or die mentality? We have to go out there and we have to perform week in, week out, and we have to raise our levels. And why can't we be like Manchester City? The reality is, you're not good enough to be. Do you know what I'm hearing?
How many signings?
They want to rely on.
How many signings have been good enough?
Only Cole Palmer.
What signings do you think? What signings do you think were like top draw?
If you're talking about consistency, it's Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Since he's played for Chelsea up till now, he's shown being unproven as well. He's been unproven. Yeah. He showed a few glimpses at City. He scored in the Super Cup final, Carabao Cup, was it? You know, bit part. But you could see there's talent there. I thought he was just going to stay at City and be like a Foden and get cottonwooled. And you know what I'm saying? He said, I wasn't even thinking about joining Chelsea. He was talking to the kit man saying, have they done a deal yet?
Let me ask you another way. Let me phrase it in a different way. Which ones do you think were good business?
Oh, good business. All right.
Good business. Where you'd say, like, if it's even making a profit, or because I think Jackson, you make a profit. I think he was a decent enough signing for the money that he was worth. Yeah, but he's not Chelsea level. He's not. But I would say, what do you think? What do you think was just good business, not Chelsea first team level? Like, if we're gonna even do like put the turtlenecks on and do the financial side, what do you think were good for business?
Yeah, but when you say business, is it about we've increased the value on this player? Is that
business? Yeah. Which players do you think have increased their value?
I don't give a fuck about it, Tobz.
I know, but John, I'm saying to you, John, I get you 100%. I don't give a fuck because I'm saying take away the first team, right? Players that you think are good enough to play for us Champions League first team. I'm saying which players do you think we've brought and their value has increased?
Jackson's increased. Mudueke's increased. Mm-hmm. I think Cole will. I think they've increased.
Cole will never brought him. You could, right?
I know, but they've increased his value for pure profit, is what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying forget that. Who have we brought under Todd Bowley?
Bought in. Okay, yeah. Gusto. I think they've increased on Gusto. I think they made.
You reckon?
Profit on, yeah, I think
maybe.
Because they bought him for 30 odd million. You could get 50 for him. You could get 55 for Mudueke. They're on long contracts, remember. Jackson, you can get 55. So you've made profit on him. Cole Palmer, 100% you've made double on him. I think you've lost on Casado, you've lost on Enzo, you've lost on Mudryk. Neto, I don't know. The jury's out.
Well, Neto's price tag's high.
Yeah, what did we pay? 55 for him? Or 60? I can't remember.
I can't remember, but it was still a high amount.
You're not going to get 60 plus for him right now.
So, like, even Felix, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean,
Felix, we've lost.
Yeah, you've lost. I think you lost on Neto as well right now. Unless he performs, he's not fit, and he's always fit.
So hold on. So hold on. So we've made a profit on Palmer, Profit on
Yeah.
Jackson, Gusto.
Yeah.
Who else was that? Noni,
Yeah.
right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else?
People said Cucurella. I don't think Cucurella. You spent
Are you
65,
fucking
70
nuts?
million.
It's
You're
65
mad.
mil. That cunt's not
Yeah.
worth 50 mil. You mad?
No.
He weren't even worth. They were going to offload him for 20 million pound in the summer.
Who else they bought? Well, if you talk about like players like what's his name, Datro Fofana, they might sell him for a profit because they bought him for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But I'm talking like the first teamers here.
Oh, first teamers. Yeah, I think that's about it, Tobz. Because Desar's Badashile, I mean, what the fuck, man? Who's paying more than 30 million for them?
Like, we're not getting that money for Lavia. We'll never, ever get that money for Caicedo. We'll never get the money for
Fernandes.
Enzo.
No.
We'll never get the money for
Felix.
Nkunku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about, what's his name?
Disasi and Badia Shield, we ain't getting money for them. We ain't making nothing on them.
Fofana, you ain't getting your money back for him.
Wesley Fofana, no.
No.
You know what I mean?
So if you look at it though, those 4 or 5 players, to them, that's great business. That's great business.
Yeah, but we signed 54.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of these players are young that are just getting loaned out. They're getting the loan money, and eventually they'll sell them. Like Angelo, they sold for profit, bruv. Back to Strasbourg. They sold him for profit. Marino, the Portuguese little player, they got him on a free transfer. They sold him for profit. That all goes on the books. That Fofana, they'll make money on him. Who's the other one? Santos. They'll make money on Santos. Because they didn't buy him. They don't buy them for a lot, these players. But they're grooming them, advertising them, loaning them out.
Right, but these are the players that are never going to put on a Chelsea shirt ever. Let's be real with Santos ain't never putting on a Chelsea shirt. Not when you got 3 midfielders as Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and Lavia. When is he playing, bruv? He's never ever playing for Chelsea, bro. He's never ever playing for Chelsea, brother. Let's be serious here, because it's going to be hard enough for one of those to even displace the other one, John. We've already noticed it with Enzo and Lavia. One week he wants to play Lavia, next week he wants to play Enzo. Where's Santos coming into this? Who's he taking over? No one. He ain't never playing for Chelsea.
He's not going to play over right now Lavia, Fernandez, or Caicedo. End of story, bruv.
And they're young. And John, they're too young. When's he getting in that team?
Irrespective of their age, their development, they're not going to play over a £300 million worth midfield. It's just not happening. It's just not. You don't spend 300 million on the midfield and go, oh, by the way, I'm going to play this young'un over them.
No,
it's bullshit.
Because you know what will happen, John? Those players will ask to leave.
They're already asking to leave. Majority. I mean, listen, Lavia can't believe his luck because he was playing for Southampton, who got relegated. We bought him injured. We've missed him the whole season. He's lapping it up. Caicedo, he generally wanted to come Chelsea and he's trying to do his best. I think he's more of a captain than fucking a lot of the players, but still not captain level. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't done anything to like, you know, none of these players are proven in any way, Tobz. We haven't got any leaders. We haven't got any winners in the team. Bar Chilwell, Reece James, for example. Cole Palmer's a winner with City, but it's like saying Foden's the first 3 titles City won. It was all because of Foden when he didn't even play. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of. He's
John,
part of the squad, but he didn't play.
Just think about if we didn't have Palmer.
Oh, we'd be relegated last year.
If we did not have Palmer, what else is magic, bruv?
The first season under Tuchel, where we got sacked, if it wasn't for Tuchel's 10 points, we would have been relegated. Last season, if you took away, I think we said even half of Cole Palmer's GA, you're talking relegation battle. This season, again, is Cole Palmer either assisting or scoring goals. I don't see any player in this squad that can single-handedly, consistently up the levels and win it for Chelsea. or be such a threat every game to make oppositions wet their pants. And Cole Palmer is the only player. The moment you man mark Cole Palmer, which is easier for them to man mark in a 10, it really affects Chelsea in the way we play.
Mm-hmm. Because the level of quality just ain't there around him.
It ain't where around him. And Cole Palmer knows that. He's screaming at Sanchez, bruv. Have you noticed that? He screams at centre-backs for passes they make, for misplaced passes, for stupid decisions. Like, he's a winner, bruv. He's got a mentality. Cole Palmer's got an elite mentality. But it's like, I'm playing for me and what I'm about, and I'm raising the levels, and I'm setting the standards. But how old is he? 21, 22. It's because of where he's come from. He's been grown up like our Cobham boys under Roman era. They grew up with that mentality in them to look at the first team, the Czechs, Lampards, Terrys, Drogbas, Essians, Balaks, you know. They look at these levels. Well, that's what Cole Palmer grew up with. Looking at Man City in that era, dominating under Pep. And just before Pep, he was part of the grassroots. He played the way Pep Guardiola wanted all these young players to play. That was it. His favourite player when he grew up was Wayne Rooney. He looks at that kind of style of play, that kind of footballer, you know, street baller, genius, technical ability, can turn something into something, you know.
John, you know when they talk about phase 1, phase 2, all these phases, yeah, that they go on about. What type of players does Enzo Maresca, what profile of footballer does he need to beat Nottingham Forest with 10 men? Like, because if you can't beat them with Cole Palmer, Sancho, Neto, Felix and Kunku, Jackson, Noni, Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo, with Reece James, Wesley Fofana, Cucurella's, like, who does he need? Like, who does he need? Mbappe, Haaland? Who does he need to outplay a Bournemouth away from home? Who does he need to beat a Nottingham Forest with 10 men? Who does he need to beat a Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge? Who does he need? Does he need Vinny Jr.? What type of players does he need? What does he need to win a football match convincingly? Because right now the football's shit. The football's boring, John. It's rubbish. Slowly played out from the back, horribly played out from the back. Sanchez is useless with his feet. We know that already. The centre backs and the wing back, they've been shit passing it. He's inverted Gusto. So he's played players out of position. Inverted Viega, inverted Gusto. He's fucking played Reece James left back. He's played flipping Sancho one week. Then he plays Neto. Then he plays, like, they don't know if they're in the B's or the A's. They don't know what's happening. Enzo got the captain's armband. Then he's in the B's. Cucurella went to the B's while James and Gusto, he tried something with them. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what does he need? Because they keep saying, oh, he's a new manager, fresh this. Like, I watched Tuchel come in, didn't know any of the players, yeah, and was in phase 3 by 180 minutes of football. Yeah. He was in phase 3, yeah. So I want to know how many years, because they keep telling me Tobz it's a young team. How many years have I got to sit here and watch all these so-called big name players? Yeah, oh my God, aura. Wow, look at the aura this player's got. How many years have I got to watch these fucking players, yeah, become good and be competitive? Because I'm telling you now, John, yeah, with all those name brand players that are on that football pitch, you're telling me you should be drawing 1-1 with Nottingham Forest at Stamford Bridge with 10 men for a whole half. You can't put them away. You can't put away Bournemouth comfortably. You have to get absolutely played off the park for 90 minutes. You can't put away a Man United team who's fucking distraught, John. They're done, yeah? And you can't put them away with all these players. You need 6 years or something to implement. And the thing is, John, if he's stuck to one way of playing, I'd go, fair enough. But he changes his mind every game. He's inverted Gusto in the 10. Plays Reece James as a left back. Then he'll invert Viega. Sancho plays 1 week. Then Neto's playing. Then it's a load of bollocks. So like, take Palmer out this team and you soon find out.
Facts. And when he hasn't performed, like against Liverpool and Arsenal, and he's playing injured against, was it Man United or Arsenal, whoever it was? Yeah, it was after Man United game. He's been playing injured. He's not been the same since. and we're so overly reliant on him that if he doesn't play or like raise the levels for us, then we look to everyone else and they ain't got it. Do you know what I'm saying? My thing is, if you look at the way he wants to play, he came out and he wants his goalkeeper to invert as a centre back. With Sanchez and no goalkeeper that they got out, the 8 goalkeepers can do that. He wants to invert a left back or right back. Most of these players can't do that. Reece won't invert. Gusto's shit at it. And Cucurella, you could say he's probably the one that can invert, but at what level is he inverting, bruv? Do you know what I'm saying? He hasn't got players like you got at Manchester City. He hasn't got elite brains experience to carry teams. At Leicester, he had experience in his team to carry him through the bad patches.
John, they were the second most expensive squad assembled in a championship ever.
Yeah.
He's only managed for 1 season, John. Why are we not questioning any of his? Why was we questioning Potter and Poch, who's had 8-10 years under their belts at being a manager in an adults football? Yeah. Why was we questioning them so quick in a season? But we can't question his he can't do nothing wrong. But he's got fucking Neto, Sancho, Felix, and Kunku, Palmer, Jackson, Madueke, Caicedo, Enzo Lavia, Fofana, Cucurella, James. He's got all these players, but we're in phase 1. We're in phase 1. We got away 16 months. But Jose Mourinho won a Champions League with Inter Milan first season. He won fucking Chelsea's first Premier League in 50 years, first season. Yeah. Tuchel come in, won the Champions League first fucking season. Yeah. Went to every domestic. But we got to wait 6 years. We got to wait 6 years to see if these players are decent. Fuck all that. Listen, the manager comes in, he can make he's got all the tools at his disposal, John. He's got all these so-called top players.
Well, that's what the PR says. That's what the PR says. But in reality, Tobz, he doesn't have the tools because the recruitment policy is bought individuals. They're not building for a team. They're not building with a gaffer. They're building for positions and a system. But yet the system they're building for, based on data and AI, doesn't even suit the fucking gaffer they brought in. They got him because he's a yes man. He can be controlled. That's the
and you know what's killing us at the moment, John? I'll be real with you, yeah. You know what's killing us? It's being in third, but it's a fake third. It's the elephant on the branch. You know that meme, the elephant sitting on the branch. Because Johnny, let's be serious here. The difference between being third and being 12th is smaller than being third, and fucking top. We're closer to relegation than we are to.
I actually look at it in a different light. I think it's very dangerous. People don't see it, but I think it's very dangerous because the moment that it doesn't stay in third and it drops off, how's the mentality going to deal with it? The pressure that's going to come with that is going to be fucking immense. They haven't had that pressure yet. They haven't had it yet. None of these players have had it yet. Yeah, of course it's going to come. But I know it. I know that. You know that.
We're going to... John, we got an ezy kind of run of games on paper, yeah, coming up, right? And it ain't gonna happen just yet.
But
yeah. But we've had I would say we've had a very generous start to the season leading up to Christmas. Yeah, we've had from the start of the season to now, we've had a generous start where we've picked points up, John, against teams that we should pick points up anyway. Right, and we were lucky to pick up points against Man United, Bournemouth. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So when we're talking about West Ham and Leicester, and we picked up points in these places, all right, cool, no problems. We're menu, John. But what it is when it gets to more of a sticky run, like when you have like Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, Villa, your Tottenhams, and they all come in a row, and you come out because they've done a thing not too long ago, John. Yeah. You know that we only got something like 6. No, I think it was it 6 points out of
6 points 15? Out of 15. Yeah,
6 points out of 15. This is what I'm saying.
2 out of 9.
John, we're only in third position because Arsenal have been not the greatest at the start of this season. Yeah, Arsenal ain't been too good.
Villa, Newcastle.
City have been off it. Villa, Newcastle, they ain't been really at the races, yeah. Exactly. But I'm telling you now, John, there's going to come a stage when we go on a 4-5 game no wins run, and that's when the league's going to peter out a little bit. That's when you're going to start seeing things, and we're going to languish in around your 6s and your 7th, and that's when you're going to have to see when everyone's going, oh, we're not going to make top 4. Oh my God, he can't not. And they're all going to turn on him. They're all going to be all these Enzo sexuals, these Reece James Uckerses, Badia Shield Badderses. That's when you're going to see them change, John.
Because in this business, in this business, right? Like Roman said when he bought the club, he says it's too risky for me to make money off this. I'm here to spend, win, and enjoy. This is my new baby, right? These clowns have come in to make it a business like most of these owners, right? Which is like the Brightons, the models, where it's all about generating money and building brand and all that shit, right? But what's the biggest risk in football? It's a win business. If you're not winning and you're losing and you're failing, it's fucking bad business. Because no matter what your PR is, if you're not winning consistently, like look at City, man, they're having meltdowns already, bruv. Their supporters are having meltdowns. Yeah.
Talking about Pep might have to leave.
Yeah, bruv. How many times they want Klopp out? How many times they want Klopp out? The Dippers. How many times have Arsenal gone flip-flopping with Lego head? Because it's about results. It's a results-driven game.
John, we know we're not.
What your strategy is.
John, we know we ain't finishing in the top 3. Anyone who fucking thinks that we are is out of their fucking minds. Yeah, we're not finishing in the top 3. The highest we can get, John, if everything goes right for us, is 4th. Our highest potential is 4th, bro. That's our highest, John. I don't think we'll get 4th.
I think we're one injury away of an important player like a Palmer, Casado, who are playing 90 minutes of every single game all season. All right. When they're going to play FA Cup games now, because it's more prestigious, the FA Cup. They threw out a Carabao Cup against Newcastle because, we're playing Man United at the weekend. It's embarrassing. The reality is, I think we're 1 or 2 players.
We're one. If we lose...
Cole,
if we lose Palmer, we're fucked.
Yeah, but bruv, can you imagine the midfield of Fernandes and Lavia, bruv?
Oh no, but even as I said, you could lose Caicedo as well. Whatever it is, but the most influential
that will be the difference for us not getting top 4. 100% not getting top 4.
100%.
No chance.
And the thing is, that's why I say to you, like we have to. I think we need a lot of luck. We need to have games like Bournemouth where we get outplayed for 90 minutes and we get a lucky bounce and Nkunku puts it away or Jackson. But I think we're going to have those lucky games. I think there's going to have to be a lot of luck on our side because the performances ain't there. The football's dross, John. So it's like, I feel like if we don't have the bits of luck like we did against Bournemouth, yeah, like we did against Brighton with Palmer scoring 4, on another day it don't happen, yeah. So if we don't have them bits of luck, I think the top we can push anyway with that bits of luck is 4th. So that's like winning games that we're not meant to win. Getting outplayed in games and winning them. Yeah. And also not getting any injuries at all to either of those players, Caicedo or Palmer, because they're going to be the ones that's going to cost. So we're teetering, as I said, we're that elephant that's sitting on the branch. It's not all hunky-dory, John. It's not all as beautiful as people think that it is. It's not, bro. The football shit. He changes it every week because it's crap. It's shit. The football shit. He changed it. Enzo was a B team player. Now he's an A team. Cucurella was in the Bs the other week because he thought he'd play James at left back for a few games. He put fucking Gusto in the 10 for how many? He played Viega in a DM couple games. He's played Sancho on the left first 6 games. Now Sancho's in the Bs. Now Neto's out there. Noni will be in the Bs in a couple of weeks when he works out, I want to get Felix in this team and the heat comes on. Oh, I need to get Felix in it. He's going to put Felix in the 10, put Palmer out on the right. Noni will be in the Bs playing on a fucking Thursday. It's shit, John. He's a manager who's been in football 1 year. Like we're third, yes, we're third. That's brilliant. Whoopee. But you look at the bigger picture, the football's been shit.
Yeah, it has. I agree with you, bruv. But people don't want to hear it. They rather attack us and fucking shadow ban us. I deliberately cut off Twitter for a reason because I think we said plenty there for them. Yeah, plenty for them to drink in the damn minerals and, as you say, crash it on their fucking heads. Watch the repercussions of that. It's going to be mad. But it's now you can only go game by game in isolation, which is what I've been doing. I've been going game by game, looking at it. How did we perform? And this and that. And majority of the time, I'm saying we got away with it. We got away with it again.
We got away with
Palmer,
it.
FC. You know, and it's not sustainable. And after spending 1.5 billion, you shouldn't be going. We got away with it.
You should have a team that
yes,
you can
bruv.
rest. John, we should be able to rest Palmer and still spank teams. John, we should be able to rest Palmer and spank teams. We should be able to rest Caicedo and beat teams, bruv. We've got
do you know what's scary though? And we didn't mention this. Do you know what's scary? Is if you took Nkunku out and put him at Man United or put him at Arsenal, he's cooking, bruv. Whether we rate him or not, he's going to do better than he is at Chelsea because they've got a spine, they've got a team, they've got balance. They don't have to just rely on him. Put Cole Palmer at Man City, he's carrying them now through this bad patch, more than likely.
Cole Palmer has an effect on any team. We're just lucky we got him because if we don't have him, no one else is turning up.
No. And you ask yourself, Tobz,
Jackson doesn't even get them goals, John.
He doesn't score in the big games, bar Liverpool.
Noni don't score them that hat trick at Wolves without Palmer.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's been non-existent since. He needs 5-6 chances to either create a chance or score a goal. For both. So we're talking like 10 chances there. Do you know what I mean? You can't, that's not sustainable, bruv. Why does Cole Palmer not need fucking 5 chances? Why does he only need 1 or 2? Because that's when you talk about top level players. They need 1 or 2 opportunities and they'll take one of them, you know? And a lot of the time, Tobz, is how many times have we relied upon opposition's mistakes for us to capitalise on? Leicester made a mistake with centre-back. Jackson scored. They got Harry Winks injured. Big player for them. What about, what's the other game? Brighton. Brighton made 2 fucking disastrous mistakes. Do you remember in that game? The time they lost the ball, misplaced passes. I think it was that. Is it the Asian left back, right back? I think he is. How many mistakes did he make in that game, allowing us to capitalise?
Yeah.
Wolves. You know, West Ham. They're fortunate situations, you know. So I look at all these and I think like it's a long season ahead. And the games are going to come thick and fast now, Tobz.
I'm telling
Big
you.
Time.
I even last night I thought that was a diabolical performance, and I don't even
Did you actually watch it though, Tobz? Did you see bits
I watched
of it?
I actually watched it. I watched a whole lot of it, John, because I just got off a flight, so I was just in bed, just fucking chilling. So I was kind of jet lagged. So I watched the game. And I just thought, fuck me, these cunts ain't even, there's no chance they're getting in the first team. None of these lot. They're useless. Yeah. They're playing a bag of nobodies and struggling. Do you know what I mean? Imagine you're playing against proper footballers. Like, you're playing against nobodies and struggling. We lost to Serviette, bear in mind. Do you remember?
Yeah. I know. We still went through, but we lost to them.
They
still celebrate that. They celebrate it. They celebrate that. That's like a trophy to them.
Like, you know? I don't give a fuck when they say B team or whatever. Like, Drewsbury Hall was brought by Maresca. Like, he's playing in that team. And Nkunku plays in that team. You know, João Felix plays for the Bees. And Nkunku. Like, and you lost to fucking Serviette. Come on, man.
It's disgraceful, bro. Do you know what's funny? You saw that? Did you see the Liverpool Real Madrid game? Did you see that game?
Yeah.
I watched that. I mean, they were class. What a great game that was. Like top level football, bruv. But look how well Liverpool play as a team and as a unit, bruv. Look how that gaffer's come in and he's got them ticking. He's got them all on the same
And
page.
all they say is Virgil van, what's it called? Like Virgil and Salah and this one.
Yeah,
They were all they were all left by Klopp. I'm like, brother, there's so many players there that have been there fucking for under a certain amount of time.
Szoboszlai, McAllister, Jones has only just come in. Gravenbeck, whatever his name is, he's another one. Nunes has been there for what, 2 seasons, I think. Bradley, their right back, he's come through their youth. He's a young player. Geezer balled out against Liverpool, against Real Madrid. But they got a balance. They got experience. They're going to be due a reshuffle, and they're going to try and improve their team, and they'll spend a little bit of money. Well, but they'll do it with this new gaffer. But this gaffer's come in, and he's a squad that's a few injuries away from falling off winning the league. But it shows you injuries is key, because Pep Guardiola's missing Rodri, Ballon d'Or, De Bruyne, Grealish, Doku, Bernardo Silva, Diaz, Stones, Walker at this point. Who else are they missing? Ake, he's hardly playing. I mean, that's like 7 to 8 players in their first team that are all title-winning, treble-winning players. You know what I'm saying? And even Pep's struggling. But yet they're still above us. All right, by a point. But you know what I'm saying? That's the reality, bruv. Everyone smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, or whatever you want to do. Big announcement coming soon to let everyone know. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, John, I was listening. I just had to park up.
No, that's all right, geezer. But I'm just saying, like, Pep has all these injuries and issues to his first team, and yet he's still above us. And they're having the worst period in his career, and they're still above us.
They never made any signings in the summer. They've been short on players.
They sold Alvarez. They got rid of Palmer, obviously, the year before.
Arteta spent half the money we've spent in 5 years of being at Arsenal. We already done the numbers.
And
so
that's his
Arteta
team.
Spent half of what we've spent.
Yeah. But that's his team, and he still ain't won nothing. Scary. I don't want to be an Arsenal.
John, we're not close to winning anything big, bruv.
Of course we ain't.
John, let's be serious here. If we're competing for the Premier League and the Champions League, which Arsenal are, they're not competing for the Conference League. So Arsenal are fighting on the 2 biggest fronts, Premier League, Champions League. We ain't got a chance in competing in that, bruv. So I don't even knock Arteta because he can't. How's he going to win a Champions League or a fucking Premier League with 600 million or 700 million in 5 years? No chance. Not when you're competing against a team called like Chelsea, who spent 1.4 billion in 18 months. It's impossible, bro.
Yeah. Look, the bottom line is this, yeah. These teams are more ahead of us in every aspect of the so-called process, transition, and all that bollocks. So how many years are we waiting? You know what I'm saying? How long we were going to wait for us to deliver something? And at what level are we delivering? What trophy caliber is it? You know? How can you spend all that money and have Sanchez and a defense like that and no striker?
Because the thing is as well, John, how many players are we away? How many players are we away? I feel like we need 2 centre backs. We need a left back of a top draw.
8 to 10 players. I'd say 8.
A goalie.
8. Yeah. Goalkeeper, 2 centre backs, a left back. Striker. That's 5.
Maybe
another number. Well, we got
maybe 10, another number 10. Maybe.
Yeah, and an actual natural sitter that's fucking available. Yeah.
Maybe.
like a proper number 6 that can just like a Rodri type profile.
But even look, John, even if we said a goalie, two centre backs, a striker. Yeah,
There's
even if
4
we
players,
went off that, and let's be real, Reece James is injured all the time. Gusto ain't good enough, so that's a right back we need realistically. Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
Cucurella and Vega. If you want to believe one of those is good enough, then you're out your fucking mind. So a left back. Do you see what I'm trying to say to you, John? It gets awkward here, bruv. It does get awkward
because they've bought without thinking about the core and the team and the balance. There's no balance in this team. Remember when Enzo Maresca comes out and he says, I play Lavia and Casado because it gives us better balance as a team. The moment he plays Enzo Fernandez, all the balance goes. Whoop.
Do you remember when he said Kiernan Drewsbury Hall is the only player that knows his
Yeah. He's directing
philosophy.
the players in pre-season. Yeah. And now he's not even playing. Doesn't get a sniff. And he's going to get loaned out or sold. It's a joke.
Crazy.
In pre-season, he was going, I'm trying to get out of the players' minds Pochettino's highline, like his bald head. What fucking highline did Poch play, bruv? We watched Poch last season. How high was that highline, bruv?
I thought Poch done all right. I didn't want Poch there in the first place. But do you know what it is, John? The reason why I crashed him about the managers and that, right, is because they don't understand. And I'm not even here to bash Maresca, right? I'm not here to bash Maresca. I hope he does well for Chelsea.
I'm not blaming him because he didn't.
But there's a lot of
his project.
John, when will the players get held accountable? When will the people that buy the players and the players themselves
be accountable,
get held accountable? Where's the people that actually buying these lot? Because, John, look, let's be real here, man. We're trying to sell fucking 75% of our squad. We've only brought them. Amari Hutchinson, wow, what a player. Sold. Angelo, wow, what a player. Sold. Datro Fofana, oh, he might be the next Drogba. Fucking out the door. Mark Gay, God knows what the fuck he's doing. Where's fucking David Washington? You know, Andre Santos, oh, he's baby Casemiro. He's out in fucking France. You know what I'm saying? It's a load of bollocks, John. Like, we brought Disasi, Badia Shield, they're getting sold. Yeah. Enzo Fernandez might be getting sold. And Kunku wants out. Mudryk wants out. Like, who's brought all these cunts?
It's a circus. And right now, they're paving over cracks. And all these toxic positivity merchants are pushing that paving over cracks narrative. And it's going to really hurt Chelsea. And it might not be seen, they can't see it now, but trust, it's going to happen. And when that happens, you're so far down the line in this so-called project and the amount of money spent, it's going to be unfixable.
John, you know when players like Palmer, Caicedo, Reece James, when they're out, if they're injured, say they can't play a game for whatever reason, do the replacements keep us at that same level, or do we drop off drastically?
We'll drop off again. There's no benchmark in our training, on the pitch. There's no leaders. It's so important to have experience in your team if you want to compete. It's a necessity. Who all these players got to look up to? Another 20-year-old, another 22-year-old. Same old bullshit we've been talking about for the last 2 years, and they're still not rectifying it. They won't pay the dough, bruv, to bring in a Bastoni, bring in a Barella, bring in a fucking, Marco, right back, or what is he? Is he left back? Inter. What's his name?
DeMarco.
Yeah, these players, bruv, a Diogo Costa, an Osimhen. You up the levels already, bruv.
You up the levels.
Big time.
You give Caicedo something to think about. Am I going to start?
Yeah.
You give fucking Palmer. Am I going to start on the weekend? You give them man a fucking. You up the level. You don't go, well, I'm undroppable because everyone behind me is shit.
That's what we miss as a club.
Reece James walks back into the squad because Gusto's shit.
Yeah, he's nowhere near. Remember they were saying Gusto.
Wesley Fofana walks back in because Badia Shield, Disasi and Cole and all them are fucking useless.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no players here thinking, fucking hell, I'm checking my wing mirrors.
None.
Do you know what I mean?
With Dueke, he's giving us nothing. The geezer starting every 90 minutes.
Every 90 minutes. Who's his fucking
Felix.
competition?
Felix is ripping off his fucking socks like Hulk Hogan, bruv. Yeah, on the bench because he knows he's not coming on against Arsenal. He's pissed off.
Mm.
There's going to be a lot of players that are going to be pissed. And Cuckoo's pissed off, clearly. Felix is pissed off. Sancho not playing.
Well, you think
off.
Felix and Nkunku and Enzo Fernandez and all them lot signed up to play Thursday night football against a bunch of farmers?
No, but they were pitched differently. They were told a lie, bruv, to sign them.
And even your Villegas and your as I said, your Badia Shields, your Desassis and all these, they want out. They don't want to play just Thursday night football against a bunch of farmers. They don't want to play that. And there's not even enough Thursday nights. It's not like it's every Thursday. It's a Thursday here or there. So some of these players are getting zero game time at all. There's going to be a lot of unrest, John. There's 54 players on the books.
I know, and it's gonna kick in at some point in the season.
Can you imagine in the summer when Sterling and all them lot come back?
Oh, we're paying half of Sterling's wages to go to Arsenal.
But can you imagine when all of these lot come back? Andre Santos, fucking Datro Fofana, Broja, Sterling, Kepa, Chalobah.
And they all say, "Oh, we're so excited to be here. We're going to fight, and we want to do great things." The owner's got great intention. Shut up! You're all paid. You're all owned. You all got contracts. You're employees of these clowns. You have to do what you're told and say what they tell you to say.
So in the summer,
so
in the summer, John, we've got about fucking, I don't know, 15 players coming back off of loan.
Yeah. It's fucking mad, bruv.
Yeah. On top of everything that we got already, on top of the B team that can't get in it. Remember, the B team can't even get in it, John. They can't even play on a Saturday. Where's all these other cunts coming back from?
It's fucked, man. Honestly, it's a shambles from top to bottom, man. It really is. It's so bad.
It's bad.
And these players are just dross, man. They're like tree sap. The majority of these, none of them wouldn't even get into our Cobham Academy back in the day. That's how bad it is.
Bro, they're not better. They're not better than the Cobham kids.
No. And all these Cobham kids want out. Rio's
and
that's
the next thing I was talking about as well yesterday on my space, John. I was talking about these kind of matches against Shamrock Rovers, Serviette, Noah. They would have been perfect to give the young up and coming academy boys an opportunity to be seen, right? Because we don't know if we've got the next Reece James there. We don't know if we've got the next Conor Gallagher, Mason Mount. We don't know if we've got all these players that are ending up making our club financially stable, right? Because we've always sold these Cobham boys for a profit, to keep the club keep the club. Because none of these other players that we sign ever make us any money. We lose money on them. The Cobham boys are what actually make us make money, yeah? So now, having a B team full of shit players that you brought, and now not giving none of the Cobham boys any time. We could have fielded last night, John. Let's be real here, because the cup's shit. No one gives a fuck about the cup, yeah? You don't go from fucking a 10 out of 10 to a 2 out of 10 and be happy about it. It's impossible, yeah? So we're watching that cup. They could have put fucking 11 kids out last night. Easy. Just have a look at them, John.
Yeah, I agree.
No one gives a fuck about this cup.
And that's the point is, they can't even do that because they got fucking too many players in the overall senior squad. So they have to keep them happy to play some minutes. Otherwise, everyone's going to be like, well, what the fuck am I training for? And it will cause toxicity. That's why Enzo Maresca, he's got an impossible task to try and keep all these. And these are established players as well that we're including here. Like you said, Felix's, Nkunku's, all these players. It's going to come to a point where they're going to go, well, I'm scoring in Conference League. I want to play Premier League football. I want to play the big games. Why am I not playing the big games? That geezer you're playing with Dueke hasn't delivered for the last fucking 6 games. Yeah? Jackson only scores against the shit teams. I want to have a go at the big teams. Let me have a go against Arsenal, against Liverpool. Sancho Neto is going, you know what I mean? Why can't Neto play on the right instead of Madueke? He's better on the right. He's proven on the right.
What was it,
Sancho
John?
on the left.
What was it? I think it was one of the kids that we gave to Man City recently. He moved to Man City, bagged a hat-trick the other night, didn't he, in a Champions League game? I think for like the development squad. We gave them a kid. Can't remember his fucking name, man.
And
He's
we've
from the
given 2
academy.
to Spurs. We've given 2 to Spurs. One's gone to Liverpool. And apparently there's a lot of kids in the Cobham that just want to leave.
They want out. Because the thing is there's no avenue, John, for them.
Yeah.
To even get looked at now. There weren't before, but there's definitely not now. It was hard enough as it was, John. And now it's like it's fucking impossible. Like I know the geezer who's the head of development at Chelsea. And he told me last year that this model's just fucked everything at Cobham. They're gonna fall off massively. Because the thing was we were always, John, able to pinch the best boys because we would give them some kind of game time in a Carabao Cup or whatever and put them on a platter so that they could have a career. So maybe a Reading, maybe a fucking Nottingham Forest,
Now that's what they're doing in the first team, Tobz. Now they're doing that with our first team, aren't they? They're putting all these players now that they're buying at a price and advertising it and PRing it and using Fabrizio to promote these young players that we're buying, overhype them to then advertise them at Chelsea. And that's where they're making their money. The academy's been scrapped. You know they want to trademark the name Chelsea and the Chelsea because that's the only way they can relocate. They want to rename us, bruv. So this is a problem because of CPO. Everyone's forgotten about that. They don't talk about that nonsense now. So it's worrying, Tobz. It really is worrying, bruv. I can't lie.
Oh, yeah, but John, listen to me. My battery's gonna die any second, yeah?
Yeah.
So
No worries, bro.
I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. But listen, anytime I'm available to fucking land the minerals, yeah, but with you because I know there's not many of us fighting this battle. There's just fucking loads of delusion.
Everyone's
There's a load of deluded motherfuckers online, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, they're bought, Tobz. They're paid off to do it.
Well, they get paid to do it. Do you know what I mean? Listen, like it's
facts, my G. Oh, his Tobz gone.
Brother.
Oh, no, listen. We'll do another one very soon, all right? I'd like to have you on with I'd like to have you on with Steve G as well, who's been through the 70s all the way through, bruv, like proper, yeah. I think we need to get like people that know the
get
club,
Stevie G up. Get.
Yeah, I will. We'll do it. We're going to do it on Rumble as well. But listen, I'll DM you, yeah?
Can
and
you
we'll
hear me,
sort
John?
that out. Yeah, I can hear you. I'll DM you, yeah? And we'll sort it out.
I'm delayed. It's delayed.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear Tobz? He's gone. Listen, big up to everyone in here. Salute to Tobz, bruv. I don't know if he's going to come back in. He might not because his battery's on its way out. But that was a proper stream. It needed to be done. Respect to everyone in here. Before we wrap it, I've even gone through these. Big up Fat says, can't lie, I want Cyprus away, knockout round 16. Facts, that'll be sick. Brian says, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals, long live Chelsea old boys. Big up Generals and Tobz. F1 fan says, only elite thing we got is the women's team. Not wrong. Big up to Adam Rated. He's gifted 5 Minerals FC membership. Salute you, my geezer. And he's become a Minerals FC ultra member for 8 months. Love to you, my geezer. Respect to everyone in here. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do one with get Stevie G on with Tobz as well. I think that'd be elite, bruv. And we'll land it. But listen, big up to our Tobz. Go and follow him on Twitter. I've tweeted his handle on my tweet. So if you're not following him. He does Twitter Spaces continuously. So make sure you go and either listening. He speaks facts, bruv, as we do on here. And I'm going to do my announcement very, very soon. I haven't decided, but it's going to be within the next few days. So make sure you are aware and keep your eyes peeled. As always, I'll leave you with our Don Roman. Let's have it right. And no surrender mentality. Up the Chelsea, up the Music FC. Put all your comments down below. Let's go.
Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich, Roman Abramovich.